San Antonio's Sports Center.
The Spurs are 3-0 to start the preseason. They return to action tonight to take on the Pacers in Indiana. According to Spurs beat writer Jeff McDonald, the team will handle the last two preseason games as a dress rehearsal for the regular season. All healthy players expected to play. Tip-off set for 6 o'clock in Indiana. Tennessee Titans are moving on from head coach Brian Callahan after less than 2 seasons and a 1-5 start to the season.
1, 2, 3,
Cowboys! South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94-1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday at 3:25 p.m. The Cowboys are back home after a 2-week road trip, taking on the Washington Commanders. Pre-game starts at 2:30. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the Davis Law Firm, Hornitos Tequila, Connecticut, and Jim Beam.
How about them Cowboys?
94-1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94-1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
On a football Monday. Well, we're calling it a football Monday as we relive what happened over the weekend.
Do we want to, though?
Some good, some bad. Absolutely we do. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. He is Jason Minix. It was much better if you're a Texas fan Saturday than if you were a Cowboy fan on Sunday. And you're both, so you had a split weekend.
I mean, Longhorns got the win. Aggies got a good win. UTSA just destroys Rice. Navy rallies, beats Temple.
That's why we're wearing the Navy shirt today, huh?
No, it's Navy's 250th birthday.
All right,
It's rare that I won't wear a Cowboy shirt on a Monday, win or lose, but the Navy is celebrating their 250th birthday today.
Well, happy birthday, Navy.
And they had a hell of a win.
They did.
That Temple team has proven to be better than what a lot of people thought a week ago when they beat UTSA. Navy won, rally, scores late, and then those guys go for 2. They score on like a, 51-yard run right up the middle, the Navy way. And then it's, kick to extra point, play overtime. Not Navy. They said, we're going for 2. And they threw it.
Wow, that surprised everybody.
Including the receiver who damn near dropped it. But they did get a win.
I appreciate coaches who take chances like that.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't come here to tie. We didn't come here to lose. We came here to win. We're going to go for the win. And so congratulations to Navy getting that win. You mentioned UTSA. My gosh, that game was over in the first quarter.
Dude, I will admit, halftime, we left and went to alibis.
Yeah.
Because, I mean.
It was bad.
It was like watching, Steel against pick the bottom feeder team in town. That was not a fun game to be at. And I hate to say that because games are fun, offenses are fun. I mean, you had Rice players fighting with the officials. I mean, it was just bad. And where my seats were, the Rice band was in front of us. They got a whole 12-piece band.
12-piece band. That's
the band was little. I even texted Andy going, "What is this?"
That's hilarious. It's a good win, though. UTSA needed a win like that. They needed to kick somebody's butt. They got a tough one this week against North Texas, even though North Texas got stomped.
Mm-hmm.
This at home last week. So we'll talk about that with Jeff Traylor, who, by the way, will join us right here on the Blitz at 4:30 today, 4:35. So we'll talk to him about the big win and then what is coming up against North Texas. Cowboys, they lose in Carolina. I think somebody
Rico just got 12 more yards.
Somebody in this room predicted that. I'm just saying. On our prime picks.
Again, take your victory lap.
I am.
Who won the week?
Well, we don't let facts get in the way. We'll get to the way.
Who won the week if you want to break your arm slapping somebody on the back? Somebody went 9-1. The only loss, the Cowboys. Son of a.
See, that's why you got to pick with your mind and not with your heart.
I did pick with my mind there. I thought the Cowboys, the way they've been playing, would go up there and get the win. The defense is just so bad, but they've been good against the run. Rico said, man, buckle up. Enrico wasn't lying. I mean, even Stephen Jones was like, dude, you even told us. We were warned. They called us out. And the Cowboys couldn't do anything about it, which is so bad that, the defense just looks as bad as it does.
Okay, now we're going to slam the defense, and rightly so.
Yes.
But that play calling on that last drive for the Dallas Cowboys was pathetic.
Yep.
It was conservative. It was just cowardly on that last drive. They score a touchdown there, they win the game.
They do. Instead, they lost 8 yards on 3 plays. They went 3 and out to start the game, and they went 3 and out to close out the game. Outside of that, they played pretty well. But this Cowboys team, by design, offense is going to, I've been saying 30 points, hell, it might be 40 points. And just hope the defense can get a rare stop, because clearly the defense isn't going to bail you out. It's all on the offense. And if the offense has a bad series, and they had a couple in that, and which is going to happen, but game on the line, Dak Prescott in money time,
turn him loose.
Those
screen passes, dump offs. Turn the man loose.
Well, what concerns me about what we saw from the Cowboys offense, and I know there's some reinforcements coming, maybe Booker's back this week, but last week that offensive line did pretty good against the Jets. This week, they ran for 31 yards.
Yeah, that's it.
31. Now granted, they only ran 19 times, but Javonte Williams had 13 carries for 29 yards. Jaden Blue had 3 carries for none. 0 yards.
Jaden Blue is a much better kickoff returner, I think, than he is a running back, at least at this point in his career. And he did a pretty good job returning kicks. That was good. But, look, your defense is not good.
Yep.
You got to score points. And settling for field goals is not going to get it done.
Well, I think that's why they went for it on 4th down early.
Well, I think that's why, and they should have continued to do that. They should have been aggressive on offense there at the end. I contend that they score a touchdown there. We're talking about a Cowboys win today. And and we're going to sit here and disrespect Carolina. Because I've already heard people call this an embarrassing loss. That team's 3-3, and they're undefeated at home. They're not a horrible football team, and they played pretty They punched the Cowboys in the mouth yesterday.
They did. They were much more physical, and Rico ran the ball extremely well. 2 straight weeks, Rico has just been unstoppable. But if you're Eberflus, or if you're Schottenheimer, or if your last name is Jones, happy birthday, Jerry.
Yeah, Jerry.
The fact that Carolina took over with 6:07 to play, and they used 15 plays to go 59 yards. They used every bit of that clock and kicked the field goal to win the thing. Right? They went for it on 4th down. And I'm sure by now, because we all have eyes, and if you're watching any of the highlight shows, they all pointed out it's 4th and 3. Why do you guys have your corners 10 yards off the receiver? Why is your safety 20 yards back? They're not going for the home run. They're not throwing a deep. They're picking up a 1st down. And that was the defense you played?
That was a hell of a pass, though, by Bryce Young. It was a hell of a catch, too.
Right? All of that's there. And I think Carolina actually made it a little harder on themselves because they were expecting a little bit tighter defense. Something on 4th down, that was the play. And some people say ballsy of Canales to go for it there, because if they don't pick it up, you're already in Brandon Aubrey field goal range. But against that defense, your chances of picking that up are pretty high. But for a defense to allow a 15-play drive, use over 6 minutes off the clock, in that 4th quarter, Carolina's time of possession was 9:49 to 5:11. Because the Cowboys, when they did get the ball, that 2nd time, they went 3 and out, went backwards.
Let me ask a question, because I don't remember, and that's why I'm asking the question. And because I don't remember, I have a feeling I know the answer to it. Did they blitz once on that final drive? I don't think they did. I don't think there was one aggressive move made by the defense, one aggressive defensive play called on that final drive. They allowed Carolina to do whatever they wanted to do. And I'm just wondering why Eberflus is afraid to do that. His secondary sucks. We've seen that, and that includes Trayvon Diggs, by the way. They suck. They're not good. But they're going to get beat either way. Why not take a chance and get into the quarterback?
I'm with you. Do something. They did get the one interception. But outside of that, that defense was just bad.
I think they got one sack too, didn't they?
The run defense was just, and that, without looking at stats, is that the worst the run defense has looked all year?
It is.
I mean, I know they've given up a lot of yards. And Rico, he warned everybody, so hold my beer, here we go. You would think that, I don't know. Yesterday was as frustrating of a loss. Some might call it embarrassing, and you're right. Carolina's probably a little bit better than we give them credit for as they are trying to get things turned around. But you got called out before the game and didn't do a damn thing about it.
Exactly. I mean, wouldn't it be that you're going to concentrate on shutting Rico up, much less letting him run all over the place?
Well, Rico watched film. He knew what he was playing. Yeah, here we go.
Well, give Rico credit, and I think the Panthers might have a decision to make when Chuba Hubbard is healthy. I mean, Rico Dowdle is running like a man possessed. I mean, he torched Miami, and you can say what you want about Miami, and then he torches Dallas. I mean, this guy needs to be carrying the football and carrying it a lot. So I think the Panthers got a decision to make when Hubbard's healthy.
Or do they trade him away? Because there are teams that are looking for running backs, and Chuba Hubbard is the long-term answer in Carolina. You know, there were some bright spots for the Cowboys. That Pickens guy looks pretty damn good.
He does.
You almost wonder about paying him. And I find it funny that Pickens has the game he did. And Adam Schefter is reporting today that the Steelers are looking to make a trade because they need desperately to find a wide receiver. I mean, I love it.
Now, wouldn't that be funny if he goes back to Pittsburgh?
No, the Cowboys aren't going to trade him.
Well, when CD gets back, why not? Now, Flournoy played another pretty decent game yesterday. They just couldn't run the football. Dak's playing well. Another great performance by Dak Prescott. I'm going to give him credit. He's playing well. Unfortunately, he's got to score more points. And the play calling was just, to me on that last drive, was cowardly. And I don't know what Schottenheimer's thinking. When he's got a quarterback that is as hot as Dak Prescott is, why do you not turn that man loose?
I will ask a question. Nobody will ever really know the answer. Schotty will take the heat because that's the kind of coach that he has proven to be at this point. But we know Dak Prescott has a lot of say at the line of scrimmage.
Mm-hmm.
Did Dak look at the defenses and check into those plays?
Well, that's possible.
I mean, while we want to criticize Schotty because they were crappy play calls, and maybe the initial play call was crap, and Dak tried to call into something that was less crap. But when you know you've got to go get it championship-level drive, you go get a game-winning drive, you're a great regular season quarterback that hasn't done it in the postseason. I know you've got the ability at the line of scrimmage to make certain calls, and that's what I see you run, and you lose 8 yards with a chance to go win the game. I expect more out of my quarterback. I don't care what the play was called. To me, Dak Prescott had to be better in that moment, and they go 3-and-out and lose 8.
Well, fair enough. And I'll give you that, and you're right. I probably shouldn't jump on Schotty just yet, and because that could have been Dak's call. I don't know. But 3 straight times? I mean, my gosh. I can't believe that it was Dak all 3 times.
Well,
a combination of all of it.
It might be the plays called. It might be knowing you're seeing the defense and your offensive line's leaky. Rather throw a screen pass and hopefully you make somebody miss, break a tackle, and pick up a big play as opposed to take a sack. All of that could be in play, but I know the game was on the line and Dak Prescott went backwards.
Yeah, he did, and they had to settle for 3 to tie that thing instead of taking the lead. So And then we saw what Carolina did to that Dallas Cowboys defense. Lots to talk about. If you want to react to that, we want to hear from you. Several ways to do that. If you're joining us on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page, you can comment there. Please like and subscribe to that page. You can reach Jason on Twitter at Jason Minix. You can get me at Joe Reinagle 210. Get us both if you're going to comment there. We'd appreciate that. Or you can do it the old-fashioned way and give us a call, 210-656-3776, 656-ESPN, a Reaction Monday, and we're reacting to the Cowboys. Trayvon Diggs, he's questioning that defense. We'll tell you what he had to say when we return here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. First, I got to tell you about my good friends at Stevens Roofing, and I really mean that. They are good friends. They're great folks, a family company, a locally owned company, and all of that's important. They've been in business for a long, long time. It just knows they take care of their customers. That's exactly what that means, and they want to take care of you as well. If you've got some roofing issues or think you might have some roofing issues, give Stevens Roofing and Solar a call, 210-785-0994. They'll send an experienced team out. They'll check your roof. They'll do it for free, and they'll make sure that everything is sealed, secured, and energy efficient. Or if you've been thinking about adding solar panels to your home, Stevens Roofing and Solar can do that as well. Give them a call, tell them what you want to do, and, well, they'll tell you exactly how they can get that done for you. They are the best in the business. Don't go with anybody else. You want to go with Stevens Roofing and Solar. 210-785-0994, or you can get them online at stevensroofing.net.
1, 2, 3, Cowboys!
South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday at 3:25 p.m. The Cowboys are back home after a 2-week road trip, taking on the Washington Commanders. Pre-game starts at 2:30. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the Davis Law Firm, Hornitos Tequila, Connecticut, and Jim Beam.
How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
You hear that? That's the sound of your business losing money. Legacy phone systems weren't built for today's teams. Quo, formerly OpenPhone, gives your business a smarter way to stay connected. Quo lets you manage calls, texts, voicemail, and contacts all in one place so that you can deliver a seamless customer experience from ring to... Need to take calls on the go? Quo automatically transcribes, summarizes, and highlights next steps from every call, so you never miss a detail. Need insight into what closes a sale? With Quo's AI call tags, you can instantly spot key topics like objections or pricing questions and use those insights to level up every customer interaction. And yes, you can bring your existing number with you for free. Keep your team in sync and your customers happy with Quo. Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's quo.com/sports. QUO.com/sports.
This college football season, the Crunch Time Hero of the Week is brought to you by PorkRinds.com, the nation's premier hub for pork rind lovers everywhere. Each week, a college player will post on Instagram, and each share over a 2-week period equals a $1 donation to the Archer Foundation, which helps families who are dealing with DIPG, DMG, pediatric brain cancer. Giving back with the perfect snack to celebrate those big Crunch Time plays. Find your rind at PorkRinds.com or find Southern Recipe pork rinds at HEB.
We love high school football and a team you can always count on. Quartermoon Plumbing, Heat, and AC. Quartermoon is here to tackle the toughest challenges, from plumbing mishaps to AC troubles, with the same dedication and passion that drives a winning touchdown. Our playbook is simple: fair prices, expert service, and a commitment to local families. Quartermoon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, your winning solution for a comfortable home. Proudly serving our community with local hospitality. From the penthouse to the outhouse to the schoolhouse, call Quartermoon Plumbing, Heat, and AC.
License number TACLA 141074E M16004.
When you switch to Progressive, you could save bundling your home and auto. Then you could put that money towards some of the surprisingly more expensive things in life.
Attention passengers, we've reached 10,000 feet and internet is now available for purchase.
I just paid hundreds for this flight, and you can't even throw in internet? I'll just take the free pretzels.
Sorry, but I do have snack boxes for sale.
I'm just gonna sleep.
In that case, we are selling pillows and blankets as well.
I'll just breathe. That's free, right?
Life costs a lot, so bundle and you could save with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Right now at Wendy's, you can get a small Frosty for $1. And literally everyone is going. The car behind you, going to get a $1 Frosty. The car ahead of you, already had one, going for a second. The person who cut you off earlier, You guessed it, $1 Frosty. Maybe it's all a sign for you to go get one. Just don't cut anyone off. No one likes that person. The iconic Frosty for $1? Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's. Not valid in a combo. Prices may be higher in Alaska, Hawaii, California, and via third-party delivery.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm. How can I help?
That guy pulled out in front of me out of nowhere. The police are on their way, but I'm really shaken up.
Don't worry. We're going to get you taken care of. You made the right call.
I'm Jeff Davis. If you've been hurt in a car, truck, or 18-wheeler wreck, call Davis Law Firm at 444-4444. We're ready to help day or night, and there's no fee unless we win.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
So, I'm opening my own coffee shop.
I smell a caffeinated catastrophe.
And I needed menu boards and banners printed.
What you really needed was a reality check.
Staples really came through. They printed menus and signs, even flyers in time for my grand opening.
And that's when the other shoe dropped.
Not quite. I got $125 off my custom print order.
Cha-ching! For your business printing, Staples.
That was easy.
Now save up to $125 on custom print orders. Valid in-store and online. Ends 11/1. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Tuesday on the Morning Huddle, we had a couple more NFL games last night. How'd the Bills look? How'd the Falcons look? And did we even watch the other game?
Yeah, one too many for my taste. But the Spurs did play. And oh, my goodness, there's also baseball. Boy, oh, boy, we love this time of year. Get here early. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
And we are reacting to what was a action-packed football weekend. We'll just say that. Some good games, some not so good games, but it was all a lot of fun because, well, there was nothing but football on all weekend long, and it was fantastic. I'm Joe Reinagle. He is Jason Minix. This is The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. So happy you guys have taken some time to spend with us on your Monday. Some people, it might be a holiday. It's either, I don't know how you say
Columbus
it.
Day.
Or is it Indigenous Peoples Day?
My Google Calendar up at the top that gives me all the holidays says Columbus Day.
Well, it's funny that you say that because my daughter, when I was talking to her the other day, said her kids had the day off for Indigenous Peoples Day.
Okay.
So I don't know. Maybe it's just old guys like you and me that call it Columbus Day.
I'm going with what it says on the calendar, and they tell you. Like, that's what it is. Let's see if I pull up.
Well, I'll go with that, too, because that's how I grew up.
I pull up my phone, and it says Columbus Day.
Columbus Day. We'll go with that. It's Columbus Day. So if you got the day off, well, congratulations. And, again, thanks for spending part of your day off with us.
Yeah, and then on Thursday, come spend part of your day with us as we're going to be live. The Blitz is 2 to 6 out at Cigars International with our friends from Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer.
Nice.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that.
Absolutely.
I'd pick up a stogie or two while I'm out there.
Yeah, you probably will.
I'm sure I will.
Probably will.
Great place. Great place. Cowboys have got some problems. And all this week, Jason, I think either whether it's Steven, Jerry, if he talks, he skipped the media yesterday, which is really unlike Jerry.
He doesn't always talk after road games.
Well,
he does.
It was a surprise to a lot of people that he missed that scrum yesterday.
Well, they don't tell you ahead of time.
Well, they don't.
Right? But he doesn't always talk at road games.
If they'd have wanted you to talk.
Yeah, well, maybe. Look, today's his birthday.
It is.
Maybe he had to get back for the party.
That could very well be. He was not there, though. Cowboys, that's got to be a heartbreaking loss. But all week they're going to be asked about Matt Eberflus.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to happen. Trayvon Diggs yesterday said that the Cowboys' defense has no identity. Now, that is a direct shot, I think, at your defensive coordinator.
Well, it is. And again, you look at Eberflus has a system that he's trying to run. That doesn't necessarily seem like it fits with what the personnel already have. Now, most coaches I know have a system, but they can adapt it to what their players do. Let's go back. Trayvon Diggs was like, dude, we got to play more man. I'm better at man than I am at zone.
Yep.
Eberflus, well, yeah. And then they did. They played a little bit more man. And they played well a week ago. This week, They didn't stop the run. Stephen Jones on 105.3 The Fan today was asked if they have the right personnel to run Eberflus's defensive schemes.
Yes, I do. I think, this just comes down to execution, and we've got to continue to be more consistent, and we can certainly do it. I think this is a work in progress. I think, obviously, we got a lot of work to do on the defensive side of the ball. It goes without question. We got work to do on the offensive side. In terms of running the ball yesterday, we didn't win the line of scrimmage. We got out physicaled, but yes, I believe we got the personnel, and we just got to continue to go to work every day, and we've got to execute, and we've got to be a lot more consistent. We've shown at times this year we can stop the run, but yesterday certainly was an issue, and we got called out before the game, and we didn't do a lot about it. So we got work to do.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's interesting. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this is their third defensive coordinator in 3 years.
Yep.
Is it not?
It is.
Which can be a problem, and I'm not giving the players a pass on that, but that can certainly be a problem, especially if all three are bringing in something completely different. And it seems like Eberflus is. But the guy's got to play better. But if Diggs is correct, and he's saying that, they have no identity, and they don't really know where they're going. What was that one game that they lost? It was against Chicago that they didn't know, looked like they knew where the hell they were going.
Well, and then it was communication issues because, in that game against Chicago, as Stephen and Jerry talked about, the guys up front didn't know what the guys in the back were doing. And again, we're deep in the season. We're still having these communication issues?
Yeah, the fact that we're not playing well is alarming. Our goal here is to play championship caliber football, and communication and execution go hand in hand. You got to be communicating well to execute, and certainly that's a part of the lack of execution at this point. But we've got to continue to go to work every day, chop wood, and I'm convinced that we'll get better. And we're doing a lot of things well on the offensive side of the ball, and at times we've played the run well on the defensive side of the ball, and we just have to continue to go to work every day and execute.
Well, and execute. So if you listen to Stephen, it does sound like he's putting most of this on the players. They're not executing well.
Here's the thing, and I am more convinced when you think about the history of this Cowboys team. Matt Eberflus is bad. He's on track to become historically awful when it comes to how bad this defense is, to where you might miss Mike Nolan or you might miss Mike Zimmer. But the Cowboys, with the exception of the Dan Quinn years, have had just crappy defenses. And all of the resources go on the offensive side. I'm more convinced now that the Cowboys, by design, we're going to put everything on Dak Prescott in that offense to go out and score 35, 40 points a game. And the defense will have enough over there. We should be able to get a stop. But that's not their focus. It's not. There was a point where I thought Dan Quinn had it turned around and they were going to be an historically great defense. That fell short. They were good, but not historically great. But outside of that, you go and just Google search points allowed. Nolan was 31, right? Or Zimmer, or both. Right now the Cowboys are in that area. They don't give a damn about defense in Dallas. They don't. They just don't. Can they go score enough points? If they can outscore everybody, they're going to win a lot more games. That seems to be the philosophy. We ain't worried about stops. We're worried about outscoring you.
Well, then you better call better plays when you're down in the red zone.
Exactly.
When the game's on the line, because that's not exactly what happened yesterday. What do you guys think about it? Any comments? We want to hear from you, whether you're on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. You can comment there. You can comment at Jason Minix, at Joe Reinagle 210 on Twitter, or you go to the phone lines, 210-656-3776.
Gary, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Oh, man, I have too many things and I don't have time to get it out, so I'm going to try and talk pretty fast. Okay, first thing, hey, I was no Deion Sanders, but I played cornerback. One thing I know about playing cornerback position, if somebody tries to put you out there playing a zone 10 yards off of a guy when you only need 4 yards, you're doomed. You're going to get eaten alive on every play. Now, back in the days with Deion would come up and act like he was going to play press, and at the last minute, drop out into a zone. You got to keep the defense guessing. We don't have the personnel, and the scheme sucks for what we have. You got Elam. He's horrible. Biggs needs to be quiet because this is one of the worst years he's ever had. And I feel sorry for Dak because even if Dak has the authority to audible at the line of scrimmage, if he audibles into that crappy play, then people say, what's wrong with Dak? If he just runs the play that was called and he does what he did, what's wrong with that? He's going to lose no matter what he does.
He is going to lose, and with that defense, he's going to lose even more. I mean, it's got to be demoralizing, although Dak Prescott always says the right things.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's demoralizing, but I definitely say it's frustrating, right? Like, just even the last time you have the ball, probably was not our best series of the game right there. I mean, other than the 3-and-out to start the game off, and in a crucial point like that, we just can't do that. And on top of that, right, that being the last time that we touched the ball, it makes it frustrating. But that's the NFL. You trust that those guys are going to go get a stop. Unfortunately, we had a PI call on the third down. Then after that, right, they just kind of ate the clock up, kept running the ball, and did a good job. They won the fourth quarter, and that's the NFL. We won the turnover battle, and don't know the big plays, but they won the fourth quarter, and that was the difference there. And a team that's obviously second-year coach, young quarterback playing well, getting better, young running back, right, that we're familiar with. He told us to buckle up, and he went and had a hell of a game, and credit to them. They got the best, and they're the better team this afternoon.
Mm-hmm. Now, there are how many teams in the NFL?
32.
All right. So the Cowboys are allowing 30.7 points per game.
Okay.
That's ranked 32nd in the NFL. They have allowed 2,470 total yards. That is 32nd in the NFL. They have allowed 61 rushing first downs. That is 32nd in the NFL. The 53.2 third down conversion rate ranks 32nd in the NFL. 71.8% completion percentage allowed, ranks 29th. 6.2 yards per play, ranks 30th.
Well, they're improving.
I mean, if we keeping a buck right now, we ass.
Yet, Steven, this morning on 105.3 The Fan on the suggestion of firing Flus.
Guys, we're worried about getting to work, going to work this week, and getting better each week so that we can be more consistent and execute. And we feel like, as Coach Schottenheimer said, we've got good personnel, and I think we're going to evolve into a good defense. We just have to continue to go to work.
Just go to work. That's it, Jason. That's it. Just go to work. Chop wood.
Eberflus has this set up beautifully. Dude, we're 32nd. A couple more weeks, we're at 26. We're showing improvement.
Or we can't get any worse. One of the two. I mean, there's that, right? Mm-hmm. Let's go back to the phone lines. 210-656-3776.
Hey, Don, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Yeah, I want to know why the linebackers were 2 yards behind the defensive line, seemed like on every play. And all he had to do was break the offensive line, and he was gone. So that's all I've got to say.
All right, Don, thanks for the phone call. We appreciate it.
And cheating up a little bit.
Yeah,
sometimes call run blitzes, and then those guys got caught up and created big holes.
Well, and sometimes you do have to get creative as a defensive coordinator and do something different, perhaps. But they're just going to get back to work. They'll chop wood, and it'll all be better next week against the Washington Commandskins. We shall see. Speaking of Washington, they play tonight right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. against them Chicago Bears. That's one of two Monday Night Football games tonight.
Yeah.
But that one should be a dandy. The other one is Buffalo at Atlanta. I don't know how good that one will be.
That one could be sneaky good. You just don't know what you're going to get from Atlanta.
Yeah, you don't.
If Atlanta shows up, that could be a hell of a game. If not, I don't know. Baseball tonight's going to be good.
Maybe so. We're talking about what else happened in the NFL yesterday, and a firing already across the NFL. We're talking about it when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you're a business owner, a manager, a club leader, and you need your logo on any gear, get into Sammy's Embroidery and Printing down on San Pedro, especially if you need caps made. Sam has over 25,000 caps and more than 75 color combinations on display in his showroom, including the popular Richardson 112 style trucker caps, Katie caps, Nike Cap America, to name a few, in stock, just waiting for your logo. If you need T-shirts screen printed, Sam will get you taken care of. If you need a nice golf shirt, dress shirt, fishing shirt with your logo on it, go see Sam. He's got all the big name brands: Eddie Bauer, North Face, Under Armour, Nike, Travis Matthew, Port Authority, to name a few. Now Sam is carrying a full line of Tommy Bahama as well. So if you want that logo on a nice Tommy Bahama, go see Sam. Incredible pricing, and that does include the logo. Over 700 uniform lines to choose from. Sammy is the only company in Texas with one-day turnaround. No order too big, no order too small, and you know nobody has better prices than Sammy's Embroidery and Printing. Call 210-824-3900, 824-3900, or better yet, go by that massive showroom down on San Pedro, about a mile inside Loop 410, right there across from the McDonald's, or check the website, samsembroidery.com, for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
San Antonio Sports Stars $50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to USASportsStar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an Audience National contest across multiple markets. The $50K Pro Football Giveaway. Register and win at SASportsStar.com.
Guys, it's October, and that means it's time for Oktoberfest, which means in Texas, it's time for Carboktoberfest. That's right, it's an authentic Bavarian-style Marzen mashed with Vienna and Munich malts, cold fermented, and then aged for 6 weeks. This glass of malty deliciousness comes in at right around 5.5% ABV, features traditional hops imported straight from Germany to the Karbach Brewery there in Houston, Texas. Carboktoberfest pairs well with pretzels, bratwurst, but it tastes mighty fine on its own as well. Carboktoberfest, a Texas cheers to beers. It's here for a good time, not for a long time. You'll be able to find it all around town here in San Antonio, as well as their other fine offerings. We've got Love Street, that's their Cold Style Blonde, Hopadillo, their flagship IPA, Crawford Bock, Ziegenbach. There's something for everyone in their lineup. Find it all over town, all the stores, but also at select bars and accounts as well. When you're out and about, you're doing your thing, it's always better with a Karbach.
Coach Saban here, and let me tell you, every second matters. Preparation is everything, and that's why I trust Kidda Smoke Alarms.
And as North America's #1 home fire safety brand, they're built to respond over 25% faster to smoke detection. Kidda helps protect what matters the most. Find it at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. #1 claim based on total household installations as of December 2023. 29% faster average smoke detection based on internal testing of smoldering wood fires for Kidda 9th edition versus leading competitor 8th edition product.
Hi, I'm Michael from the War and Treaty. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. Only Novo Nordisk makes FDA-approved Ozempic. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5 milligram, 1 milligram, and 2 milligrams.
The Gomez Law Firm is proud to be San Antonio's trusted personal injury law firm for the past 50 years. We have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here with us. Your firm has been fighting for the people of San Antonio since 1973. That's incredible.
There are not a lot of businesses that stick around for even 50 years, let alone personal injury law firms.
If you have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then turn to the law firm that will fight for you. Visit joegomezlaw.com.
And remember, Gomez Law Fights.
When you switch to Progressive, you could save bundling your home and auto. Then you could put that money towards some of the surprisingly more expensive things in life.
Attention passengers, we've reached 10,000 feet and internet is now available for purchase.
I just paid hundreds for this flight, and you can't even throw in internet? I'll just take the free pretzels.
Sorry, but I do have snack boxes for sale.
I'm just gonna sleep.
In that case, we are selling pillows and blankets as well.
I'll just breathe. That's free, right?
Life costs a lot, so bundle and you could save with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-743-8080. That's 1-800-743-8080. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-743-8080. That's 1-800-743-8080.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at selectquote.com/commercials.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Reacting to a great football weekend, unless you're a Cowboys fan. Then, well, you might not have thought it was so good.
You're just giddy. You guys fired your coach.
I'm happy as hell about that. And now if the Cowboys would fire their defensive coordinator, I'd be even happier.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I think I could call better plays than that. I know I'd have a better scheme, for goodness sake. We'd try some things.
Could you be worse than 32nd?
No, I can't be.
I mean, dude, I just got a message from a guy named Teddy on Facebook. Wish the Cowboys would bring back Wade Phillips to replace Flusy. Not the best head coach, but great defensive coordinator.
Yeah, it wouldn't be bad.
I mean, old Rex Ryan on TV every day campaigning for the job, the Dumsday defense.
Dude, please.
I mean,
that guy. Rex Ryan.
At least it'd be entertaining.
Well, it would be entertaining. That's for sure. Cowboys tried a Ryan, though, didn't they? That didn't work out too well.
Well, I mean, his brother.
Yeah, his brother. Lots going on, and I want to ask you a question, Jason. Conspiracy theories aside, how does a pro football team in the NFL go an entire game without one penalty? How does that happen?
You know, think of the Coldplay memes that we've seen with Patrick Mahomes as the lady there, and the referee is the dude with his arms around holding him tight. You play good, clean football.
Yeah, sure.
It happens.
It does?
I mean, I don't see it often, but
I don't remember ever seeing it happen. Taylor Swift was there.
Taylor Swift was there?
Maybe
although they didn't show her enough.
Maybe there were some concert tickets involved for the refs. I don't know.
Stop.
Caitlin Clark was there.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she's doing something. Without anything? I mean, you can call holding on every play.
You could.
And they didn't catch one of them?
Not one.
Wow.
I mean, and that Branch dude from Detroit said, dude, I got blocked in the back. That's why he was so pissed off after the game.
I got blocked in the back illegally, and it was in front of the ref. The ref didn't do anything, and just stuff like that. And I could have got hurt off of that, but it's still I still shouldn't have done that. So
talking about someone hit you in the back?
Yeah.
Hit you in the back?
Yes.
So Juju in particular was the one that hit you? Or
Yes.
Yeah.
Juju hit him, and so he hit Juju.
And you see the video, and it's legit, but even Dan Campbell said, dude, you can't do that.
I love Brian Branch, but what he did is inexcusable, and it's not going to be accepted here. It's not what we do. It's not what we're about. I apologize to Coach Reed and the Chiefs, and and shoot. That's not okay. That's not what we do here, and it's not going to be okay. He knows it. Our team knows it, and so that's not what we do.
That's not what we do in Detroit. That was a crazy game. And look, you knew Kansas City, they were fighting for their lives last night. They played well. I learned something with the Detroit touchdown, which was called back because they threw it to Jared Goff, and well, apparently he didn't set long enough.
It is interesting because you do have to set. I thought he was enough, right? Which is why Detroit seemed so upset. You understand all the different nuances of the rules, and that's what you practice, and you practice against. It was a crafty, creative play.
It was a great
right?
play, yes.
But it ultimately didn't count. And, Montgomery moved, which also factored into having Jared Goff having to move. See, we had a play the other night in our high school game, similar kind of situation. The quarterback looked like he was going up and changing the plays. Then it was a direct snap to the running back.
Did he get called for it?
No, because the running back didn't move.
Okay.
Right? He was set. And the quarterback, well, he looked like he wasn't moving around calling the plays. He just changed his positions. And how quarterbacks with their arms and moving their head, they're allowed to do that. And
that's a genius play.
It was. It was.
The one last night was a genius play.
Except for it didn't count. Although, when you were watching the game.
Taylor Swift was there. I'm just saying.
When you were watching the game, at what point did you go, Kansas City hadn't been called for a flag all game?
I never did. I mean, you don't do that when you're watching a game, do you?
No, but sometimes you could feel like it, like if you feel like, man, they just keep getting away with everything. It never had that feel.
No.
There are games that you're watching, especially those with Kansas City, where it just feels like they're getting away with everything. Last night didn't have that. And I didn't realize that they went without having a flag called on them until it was pointed out at the end of the game. There are games where you just feel like, dude, they just got away with another one, man. The refs are, that perception didn't happen last night, which tells me they actually played a pretty damn clean game. Were there or could there have been penalties? Sure. But I don't know. How many flags did Detroit get called for?
Not sure.
Not many.
No, I mean, it was a clean football game. And again, I credit Kansas City because they were fighting basically for their lives even early in the season. They couldn't afford another loss this early. Now they're 3-3. They're back in the mix.
Yeah, 4 penalties on Detroit.
That's
it.
A good, clean game. Look, those two teams could very well meet again. It wouldn't surprise me, in fact, in San Francisco somewhere. Isn't that where they're playing the Super Bowl?
That is.
Yeah. Because Detroit's a good team. They just got beat by a better team last night on that night. So Detroit will bounce back. I have no doubt about it. And again, it's the NFL. Teams are going to lose. You're going to lose. Not everybody's going to win every game. It just doesn't work that way. And so Detroit on the road, they lost.
Now, there are bad teams. And then there's Miami bad. Now, granted, how bad is Miami? They're 1-5, but it feels like they coulda, shoulda won 3 or 4 at this point. The Chargers, not a good team right now, figured out how to win. They beat Miami 29-27. Tua, after the game, calling out a teammate.
I think it starts with the leadership in helping articulate that for the guys, and then what we're expecting out of the guys, right? We're expecting this. Are we getting that? Are we not getting that? We have guys showing up to player-only meetings late, guys not showing up to player-only meetings. Like, there's a lot that goes into that. Do we have to make this mandatory? Do we not have to make this mandatory? So it's a lot of things of that nature that we got to get cleaned up, and it starts with the little things like that.
To be clear, you're saying some players were late or missed?
late.
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Isn't that on you as the quarterback?
It is on him as a quarterback. And I'm going to say, look, their head coach has no stones. None. He's not calling it anybody. However, you know that. And as the quarterback of that football team, yeah, you should be laying into some people. I'm just not sure Tua is that kind of guy. I'm really not. But somebody needs to do something. And if that's happening, they need to clean house and do it all over again. That's just bad when that's happening. And your quarterback feels the need to do that in a post-game podium.
Now, Mike McDaniel said he'll learn from that. He probably shouldn't have done that. But he was talking about one particular teammate. And by all accounts, all the reporting is saying the owner in Miami loves Mike McDaniel. Didn't they just give him an extension? They're probably not going to fire him. Although I was listening to Schefter on McAfee today saying he doesn't expect anybody to get fired. And about an hour later, we got the news that Brian Callahan has been fired in Tennessee.
Well, even Schefter's wrong occasionally.
I mean, if we keeping a buck right now, we ass.
And they're bad.
Well, they're not good. And look, the Chargers are a JV team right now, except for their quarterback. It's about all they've got. Everybody else is hurt, and they're not to get a win in Miami traveling cross country is a big deal. And Miami should have won that game. And they've had a few of those kind of games that they should have won. But for Tua to stand on that podium there, that's wrong. You address that in the back, and you don't do that.
It's bad all the way around. A team that's really playing good football, despite all their injuries, is Tampa Bay.
My goodness.
Tampa Bay beats San Francisco. That Fred Warner injury, ugly.
Oh, gosh.
But Baker Mayfield, at least at this point, is your MVP.
Without a doubt.
He's throwing, Bucky Irving's out, Evans is out.
Godwin's out.
Emeka got hurt yesterday. He's throwing the guys named Tez Johnson, who caught an incredible touchdown pass and then heard MVP chants.
I'm going to tell you a funny story. This is crazy. When I scored and I heard MVP chant, I'm thinking they talking about me. So I asked Shep. I'm like, Shep, they was chanting MVP? He was like, yeah. I was like, I ain't do nothing this year. And then he was like, they talking about Baker, Tez. I was like, well, that explains it. But he is the MVP. The one he got the first down on, he said he blacked out. But, that's just Baker. Pump fake get everybody. Just, oh, my God, he's a dog. I don't know what he eating. He put in cereal before the game. That guy on it every single week.
Dude, he is. He just plays with reckless abandon, too, which is you hear it. He's got the respect of his teammates. And then there's a sweet little thing going around. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Oh, Baker took his helmet off because his young daughter was on the sidelines, and she didn't recognize him with the helmet on, so he had to take it off. She runs right up to him after that. I thought, that's just sweet. It was nice. And he kisses his wife. What a family guy.
Can I tell on you then? You're going to bring it up like this?
Oh, wait a minute. What?
Seriously.
Okay, go ahead.
Joe will try to correct me if I'm saying something that's somewhat inaccurate here. But the softy, Grandpa Reinagel, you were in the office show prepping because, our show prep is very intense. And he's all of a sudden, Joe, and you guys know Joe, how he is here is pretty much how he is. Aw, this is so cute.
It was.
Like, what are you? Oh, look how cute this video is.
I did. It was.
Aw, the little baby.
It was sweet.
Aw, Grandpa.
It was sweet.
You had grandpa duties this weekend, and you come in.
Yeah, I did. Saturday might have been the longest day in the history of long days.
What do you mean?
Well, I'm just saying we had a 3-year-old and a 3-month-old.
Yeah.
Now, God bless Maggie because she had the 3-month-old duties. I say God bless Maggie, dude. About 9 o'clock Saturday night, I'm going. Damn, I'm going to bed. I'm in the pool. I had wrinkles. It was like, woo. Where do kids get this damn energy from? I'm chasing that dude around all day long.
You got to keep up.
Well, I did for a while.
What do you mean?
Then after that, it's just like, I'm going to sit down. And then, oh, my gosh, kids, you got to be careful, right? It's been a while since I've had young kids.
Mm-hmm.
So something happened, and I think it was the Aggie game. I'm watching on my back patio, and something happened, and I went, F.
Uh-huh.
And all of a sudden, the kid went, F. And I was like, whoa, hey. You can't say that.
You taught the kid the F word?
Well,
you're going to get a strongly worded text from Casey.
Now, I'm not sure if I taught him that or not. He sounded like he was pretty proficient in that.
Oh, but you realize that's how kids are. They hear it and they're like, that's a cool new word.
Just like a parrot, man. Right away. F comes out of my mouth and then bam, right out of his. And I'm like, oh, hey, whoa, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that.
Uh-huh.
But, you're back there and you're watching the game. Something happens. It's like,
yeah.
What the?
I think I probably know what play happened there. So let me get this straight. How many times did he say it after that?
He didn't, that I'm aware of. Not to me anymore. Now, if he went inside and said that to Maggie or whatever. But
no, you would already been in trouble if he said it to Maggie.
I told on myself yesterday when they came and picked up the kids, my daughter and son-in-law, and so then they showed me a video of him saying something else. And so, see, I think the kid was teaching me language is what I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Like, I never say those words.
So he took something from the last time he was with you?
Well, or he heard that from his mother. I don't know.
Not Casey.
No.
Not Casey.
No.
See, but that's the thing you got to learn. These kids today.
I'm telling you.
When the kids are saying bad words, you got to immediately get your phone and get it on video in hopes it goes viral so you can cash in on your kids cussing, especially if they use it properly.
Why? I mean, it came out like quick. And, I'm just watching the game and I'm like.
Well, maybe you didn't teach the kid a thing. His dad is an Aggie, right?
Yes.
And I'm sure because if his dad is an Aggie, his dad has said that same word while watching the Aggies before, so
I promise you,
the kid understands the Aggies are on and the F word comes out.
Yes.
That just comes with the territory.
Well, I guess so.
So maybe he wasn't repeating you. He was having the same thoughts while watching the game.
Well, maybe so.
That's it. That's the story you should be going with.
He was watching the game, saw the same play I did, and we both just read the bam, bam.
Yeah.
Just right off the bat. That's the story I'm going to go with. No, it was actually it was good. But I will tell you, one day is enough. That's it. I'm so happy I don't have to do that anymore. One day, they go to bed, wake up, give them breakfast, mom and dad show up. It's like, hallelujah.
Just one day, huh?
One day, that's it. Dropped them off Saturday morning, picked them up Sunday morning. Bam. So Sunday was a great day. Very relaxing. Adult beverages, very, very nice.
So you weren't drinking when the kid was there?
Well, I didn't say that, but I'm just saying. I mean, So, you got to get creative, too, because I'm in the pool all afternoon while the Texas game is on. I'm trying to watch that, trying to watch the kid so he doesn't drown. And I'm like, you got to get creative. Now tell the Cash, just hang on 1 second while they snap. Watch the play. Okay, go ahead.
Grandpa Joe.
That's it.
Sitting in the this is so cute.
I'm telling you, it was cute. If you
I didn't know who was in the office.
If you haven't seen it, you need to watch it. Baker Mayfield with his little daughter. The big tough guy, Baker Mayfield, turns into a big softy right there on the sidelines.
Mm-hmm. Just like Grandpa Reinagel.
Exactly right.
Papa.
I wonder if Cam Scattaboo is a softy. He was ripping his shirt off in the post game the other night, and because of that, he got a job offer.
He does.
Can you believe that? We're talking about it when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Fellas, the feeling tired, unmotivated, just not yourself. It's not just aging. It could be low testosterone. Here's the good news. You don't have to live that way. At Synergenics and Low T Center, testosterone replacement therapy can help bring your energy back. The step one is simple. Go get tested. It's free at Synergenics and Low T Center to get that test. They're the original MVPs of TRT, using only pharmaceutical-grade testosterone customized to the level that is right for you. Unlike some clinics that compound their testosterone, you always know exactly what you're getting at Synergenics and Low T Center. And here's another big win. They're the only providers that accept most major insurances, while other clinics and online services pile on charges for labs, memberships, and tests. Synergenics and Low T Center make it affordable and easy to get started and stay on treatment. They have clinics all around town, and you can choose to go get your services at the clinic or receive treatment at home. And it's not just for men. They've helped countless ladies restore hormonal balance as well. And right now, get a free hormone consultation and a free T-test, plus your chance to win signed sports memorabilia or tickets to a major sporting event. The best version of you is waiting. Reignite your energy. Get back to feeling like yourself. Get started by going to trtmvp.com. That's trtmvp.com.
You're riding with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Pork rinds are the crunch time hero of the snack aisle. Low carb, college impact, and high in protein, so you can keep the energy high without the guilt. The porkrinds.com Instagram will make a crunch time donation with each share of the Crunch Time Hero college football post, with each share equaling a $1 donation to the Archer Foundation, a nonprofit dedicated to helping families dealing with DIPG, DMG, pediatric brain cancer. Share on Instagram today and grab yourself a bag of Southern Recipe pork rinds at HEB.
Prepare for a cosmic convergence like no other. SpaceCon 2025, landing in San Antonio October 24th to 26th. Meet legends from across the galaxies. Elizabeth Olsen, Brie Larson, Paul Bettany, Ian McDermott, Karen Gillan, Carrie Ann Moss, David Duchovny, and more. I've been waiting light years for this. SpaceCon 2025, the universe is ready for you. Tickets available at spaceconsa.com.
Mike Rowe here with another random fact. Those cracks on your walls aren't just cosmetic. They could mean your home is sinking. Whether it's drywall cracks, exterior cracks, or sticking doors or windows, do yourself a favor. Call Groundworks. I spent some time working with these guys, and they're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to stabilize your foundation.
Groundworks, official foundation repair company of Texas Athletics.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
Hi, I got hurt in a wreck, but I don't know if it's really worth getting an attorney.
Don't worry, you called the right place.
I'm Jeff Davis. At Davis Law Firm, we're here for you 24/7, and you don't pay unless we win. We recently secured a jury verdict for $210 million in a wrongful death case. So if you've been hurt, call us at 444-4444.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Whoa. More fiber?
What?
Down here, buddy. It's me, your spoon. Constipation with belly pain still coming back.
Yeah.
Talk to your doctor. It could be irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C, but Linzess could help you get ahead of it.
Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate
get help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
The Tennessee Titans are moving on from head coach Brian Callahan after less than 2 seasons and a 1-5 start to this season. Callahan's tenure ends with a 4-19 record, first NFL coach to be fired this year. Penn State is looking for a new head coach to lead them after firing James Franklin over the weekend in the midst of a 3-game losing skid. Franklin still owed over $49 million on his contract.
This SportsCenter update brought to you by Twin Peaks.
Joe Reinagle.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Happy Monday, everybody. Hope you're having a great one out there. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. He's Jason Minix. After a big football weekend. Love this time of year. We're into October. It still feels like it's July, but it is October. And a lot of good football on this weekend.
Absolutely. How about those Texas Longhorns?
How about them?
I'm seeing some of the comments on our YouTube channel about is Arch Manning improving? Is OU fraudulent? Are we going to move the goal? We'll get into it.
Yes, we will.
We'll get into it here this hour a lot in college football. But what a win in the Red River rivalry. And I'm stealing something I saw on social media, but it might answer a question for you, Joe Reinagle.
Okay.
They can't call it a Red River shootout anymore.
Why?
Because Oklahoma can't score a touchdown against Texas, and if you can't score a touchdown, you can't have a shootout.
Well, we're going to talk about it. Mateer should not have played in that football game.
No.
He wasn't ready. But we're going to talk. We're going to get into a college football segment coming up here in just a minute. But it was a great game, and the defense finally showed up. I guess they missed the bus to Florida, but they found it to Dallas.
Honestly, you look at the week-to-week nature of college football, and Texas probably I don't want to say the best thing that happened to them, but this week, with what happened in Florida, Sark said it going in, there was no distraction about it being the big rivalry game because of the way they were embarrassed at the Swamp. And it was not a easy week on the 40 acres for those guys. Their coaches were all over. And they played like that, especially in the second half. Oklahoma's still a hell of a football team. But I think that shows a lot about Texas with their season on the line. You know, I know somebody that hates using the term must win, especially when you're talking in October. But if they want to keep their playoff hopes alive, that was a must win for the Texas Longhorns. And they did. They dominated that second half.
No, look, I have to agree with you in that they needed that win to get it done, and they did, and it was good. And Arch was good, but the defense was better. And we're going to be talking about that. We'll hear from Sark. We'll even maybe hear from Arch.
Yeah, we will
as well.
Because he apparently doesn't read, if you believe him.
Well, I'm not sure I believe him, although he's a Manning.
Let's do the Headline Blitz.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. 2 guys. 2 opinions. Never enough time.
Getting players' names right.
It's easy.
Not really. Not really.
No.
It's a challenge. And as a broadcaster, you try your best, right? Especially there are some names out there you try. Every week, Pledge knows this. He's on the calls. I mean, you get these high school rosters and you try to go over pronunciations with coaches, and it's comical to me how many coaches have no idea. At least they're honest about it. I don't know. I call them this because I can't say that either, right?
Yeah.
Or he goes by this, but mom says this, dad says that. You kind of learn a little bit of everything. And then you got some people like Rob Gronkowski. It doesn't matter how many lessons he's getting. He's still going to screw it up.
But Emeka, how you doing, man? On air, I had pronouncing your last name, man.
Rookie sensation, wide receiver out of Ohio State, Emeka Egbegbue, going for over 100 yards.
I've heard a lot worse over my years playing football.
What's the worst you ever heard someone say your last name?
I don't even think I could recreate it. None of the right syllables, none of the right consonants, just completely made up the entire last name.
I was practicing your last name a couple times because, like I said, you're making plays all over the place. So your name's getting brought up on a continuous basis every single week. So congratulations on that. And everyone keeps telling me the G's silent. Is that correct?
The G's silent, yeah.
Emeka? It's not Emeka. It's Emeka.
Emeka.
Egbuka.
Abuka.
Abuka. Okay, so like Abu. So you got a nice, pretty girl next to you. Abu.
Exactly.
Abuka.
And it'll flow. Like it'll just flow nice too. Emeka Abuka. Like boom.
Emeka Egbuka. And Emeka Egbuka is flowing pretty well, too, although he's got an injury now. He went out, so.
He does, but I see Gronk, the broadcaster, think of something that reminds you of, it's like having a boo sit next to you, a pretty girl. All right, Gronk, if that's what it takes.
Hey, that's not bad. But the way he said it and the guys on the podium with him when he said that on the air on Fox, it was hilarious.
Pledge, do you have the original when he first just completely butchered it?
But Baker Mayfield also did it without his number one wide receiver, Mike Evans. And you got to give credit to this rookie sensation wide receiver out of Ohio State, Emeka Egbegbue, going for over 100 yards. Emeka Egbuka. I'm getting confused.
The looks on those guys' faces when he said that was hilarious.
Well, Emeka Egbegbue.
Egbegbue.
Well, and now, I mean, but as broadcasters, you do practice those. You don't want to screw it up, right? That's somebody's name. You want to get it right. And if you can't get it right, you just make fun of it going in.
Emeka Egbegbue.
I remember.
Where do you get a big boo from?
Because it's kind of half in there. I mean, I remember hearing a great story from Bob Costas one time when he was doing hockey at Syracuse when he was first getting started, and he looked at the name on the roster of the other team, and he said they were all Smith all night long. He couldn't get any of them out.
That's hilarious.
Well, they're the visiting team. It doesn't matter. But it's true. I mean, sometimes that's what you have to do.
Sometimes you do.
Egbegbue.
Egbegbue. I don't even know where you get that from.
Who knows?
But it's Gronk. Who cares?
Now, a big boo might have been on display last night at that Toronto Seattle Mariners game 1. Did you see the shirt the dude was wearing? Had great seats. He knew he was going to be on TV all night. And this guy had a plug on his shirt. And as the big dumper was up to hit a home run, this guy is very visible wearing a plug on his shirt.
Now, is that plug to keep him from dumping? Is that what that's for?
That's what it would be. It's not an electrical plug.
Okay.
It's not a cord.
It's a
plug.
It's inserted somewhere.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
In the rear. Well, I'm just saying, that's what it was.
Hey, most people were figuring out where I was going with that.
Well, I'm just trying to help them out a little bit, just in case they're having a hard time. It was funny, but then, the dumper got the last laugh. Because,
big home run.
Yeah, big home run right there. So, but it was kind of funny. And look, you got to appreciate fans trying to, have some fun.
Mm-hmm.
It was good.
I mean, the way Cal Raleigh is playing right now, there's no stopping him. He's going to win MVP, should win MVP. And Seattle, for Seattle, like I had the longest game that I've had in a long time without any kind of weather lightning delay.
Yeah.
Friday night, Johnson and Reagan. And I get home, and the game is like in the 12th inning. And it didn't end until the 15th on Friday night. And then they have to go to Toronto to play game 1 on Sunday, and they got that win last night. Huge for the Mariners.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Playoffs are in full swing. I'm looking forward to that Dodgers-Brewers series.
Who are you rooting for?
You can say it. Because it's the Dodgers, I'm going to pull for the Brewers, even though they're in the division with the Cards. I still have to.
Somewhere Edwin is smiling.
Yeah, he is. He is. I think they're the best team in baseball, the Brewers.
Hey, Brewers-Mariners World Series should be really good.
That'd be great. That would be great.
Cam Scatterbo. Now, Arizona State guy, I've been a fan of Cam for a long time. Really wanted him with the Cowboys. Really remember in the draft, I was surprised he went as late as he did.
Yep.
And again, because I watched him a lot in college, you could just tell some dudes have it. He's nuts. Don't get me wrong. That dude is different. He won't have a long career, but it's going to be an entertaining career. And his personality might fit New York, and I'm worried that he actually might take up some of the offers that he currently has after the game he had on Thursday night and beating the Eagles and then ripping off his shirt on the TV set after the game.
Now, that's not easy to do anyway, right? Rip your shirt off unless you cut it first, maybe. I don't know. But
he's just –
dude's pretty strong. And I guess some of the ladies were impressed with his hairy chest.
Sure.
Well, there was a strip club that was very impressed, in fact. They want to give him a job. And, in fact, they're going to give away $10,000 in lap dances for women to lap dance with him or vice versa.
Well, I think they're giving him a $10,000 in lap dances, not just some strange ladies can come in there. They actually have to be employees there. In other words, they're just trying to get an NFL guy in the room.
Well, they want Cam Scatterbo, though.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, guy's a fire plug.
He is. Now, I'm curious.
Speaking of plugs.
If you're a dancer at the Wonderland Gentlemen's Club and your boss says, hey, here's a customer who's got a $10,000 tab, you're still hoping he tips, but otherwise you're working for free. Now, Larry Flint's Hustler New York, they actually want Cam Scatterbo to go into their club and dance and get up on stage.
Well, sure. And he probably will go for that before he goes for the other one. I could just see Scatterbo doing that. He's going to get up there and dance, have women throw money and things at him.
I think he might do both, but if you had your choice, do you want to go dance or do you want to get $10,000 worth of free lap dances?
Well, now, I would rather get the dances, but if you're I'm trying to get in the mind of Scatterbo.
It's been a while since
here.
I've been in a strip club. Are they still $20?
Well, it's been a while since I've been there, too.
Pledge, are they still $20 a dance, or has that gone up? I mean, it's New York.
I would imagine it's gone up. It's, inflation and all. But $20, I mean, back in my day.
Somebody on our YouTube chat can tell us how much lap dances are right now. Now, in New York, maybe they're $30.
It depends. Way back in the day, I went to one of the best strip clubs ever, and it was in New York City.
Mm-hmm.
It was expensive as hell.
Mm-hmm.
But there was not an ugly woman in that place.
No.
And they were from all different countries.
Yes.
Even the Russian women were good looking, believe it or not.
Well, of course.
Yeah. I'll never forget that. It's been a long time ago. I mean, that was back.
Where were you at in New York? Do you remember?
I don't remember the name of the place,
right.
But a lot of the players went there. I know that. A lot of the basketball players.
Yeah. There's places like that all over, especially in New York. But it was early 90s when I lived there, so.
Well, this was either late 90s or early 2000s.
Yeah.
One of the two. I'm not sure.
Look, our audience is not mentioning. Is there nobody's willing to? Yeah, nah. I know somebody at the Palace is listening right now. Let us know. What is a lap dance going for?
Yeah, somebody's got to let us know.
But if you're getting $10,000 worth of free lap dances, you're taking advantage of that.
Well, that's a hell of a lot of lap dances. I mean, even if they're $50 a piece.
Sure.
$100 a piece, that'd be a hell of a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
The lap's going to be raw.
We hope so.
It's hard. Yeah, it's definitely hard.
Yeah. Look at this Gilbert P. on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. Says he went to one in El Paso years ago, and they all looked like Shakira.
I mean.
Now, that would be.
No.
Oh. All right.
I'm going to guess Gilbert wasn't sober at the time?
Probably. What are you saying? Beer goggles? Is that what it was?
Something like that.
All right. Gee, you guys, your minds are in the gutter, all of you.
Us?
Just all of you. I do my best here.
Congratulations, Becky Hammond. Becky Hammond has won another championship. The Aces swept Phoenix. That commissioner of the WNBA had a difficult time in presenting the trophy.
Kathy Engelbert. Thank you, Holly. Well, we're here today to celebrate a champion. Thank you to all the fans. Phoenix had a great run to get here. And I just want to congratulate the Aces on a performance. 2025 WNBA champions.
Because what she wanted to say, if it wasn't for me, none of you would be here right now. Thank me. She's horrible and it's got to go.
See, Pledge is saying it's no different than Roger Goodell. No, Roger doesn't get it that bad. Plus, ESPN on the broadcast had to adjust all their cameras because all the birds up that were going on in the background. You know, somewhere Jerry was smiling, saying, see, they're not getting fined $250,000. I mean, because, it was...
That was really weird, though, the way ESPN did that. I mean, they just blurred the entire screen because the people in the background were saying she was number one.
There was, you had to do the entire... one, it's live, so I don't know if the blurry button can go to all the different fingers that were out there, just take it off. And then they went so super tight, it was, I don't need to be that close to her.
No, please, don't be. We do have one on our San Antonio. I'm not going to out you, but $20 a song still. It's good to know that some prices don't go up.
Why wouldn't you call Antonio out? I'm
just saying.
He wrote it in public. It's not like he sent you a DM. Still $20 a song. I'm glad to hear that some things haven't gone up.
Yeah, I'm happy to hear that too. $20 a song. And if it's not, she's not doing her job for $20. Minix. Need to find a new one.
See, an old Ranger says, I pay the DJ to play a long song, so that goes into the total amount.
So $20 plus.
Well, because a lot of the strippers, when they pick their music, they want songs that are under 3 minutes.
Sure.
You know, you want a 6, 7, 8 minute song.
I don't know, man. I remember
will
those
they play
days.
Aqualung at a strip club?
They won't. I remember back in those days, they tried to get you to get like 3 at a time.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't just one. Yeah. Well,
but if they're all 3 minutes, it's still less than
I could just
10
stay
minutes.
here. I don't know. That's usually all it takes when you're young and impressionable. Back in those days, yeah, it didn't take long.
Young, dumb.
Yeah, exactly
Can
right.
we get that long Taylor Swift song that we were talking about last week? That 10-minute song?
Taylor Swift, by the way, 4 million copies of her new album in 1 week.
It's a record?
It's a record.
Feels like there should be more than that.
I guess. 4 million
80
in a
gazillion
week.
Streams, but 4 million sold.
Were you impressed with Arch Manning?
Yes.
Well, how about you guys out there and gals? Were you impressed with Arch Manning? Have we changed our mind about one young Mr. Manning? We're talking about that game and a firing at Penn State, which is about a year overdue. We're talking about it when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
We've got 2 Monday night games tonight. Football season. Best place to get in all the action is at Underdog, where you can make your picks and win money right here in Texas. Had a good day yesterday. Won on one of my pick-em entries, thanks to Cam Ward, going higher his passing yard total. Lost on another one because Javonte Williams didn't do a damn thing in the game yesterday. So much fun to play, and playing on Underdog is easy. You pick whether your players are going to go higher or lower on stats like rushing yards, passing yards, touchdowns, receptions, interceptions. Get your picks right, and you can win up to 5,000 times your cash. Download the Underdog app today. Sign up with my promo code STAR to score $100 in bonus funds or bonus entries when you play your first $5. Again, promo code STAR at Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Dallas Cowboys head coach Brian Schottenheimer goes one-on-one and has some fun with the Morning Huddles, AJ and Rob, Friday mornings.
All right, here's the part of the interview where we've got to be jerks and ask you about the defense.
Yep.
Can
we get that out of the way early next week? After we talk about Travis Kelce's
we talk about the important stuff first. We like to lube you up and put you in a good mood.
Brian Schottenheimer's unfiltered look at the Cowboys' upcoming game. Friday mornings, presented by AA Best Bail Bonds on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
How about them Cowboys? We rise as one in Texas, sporting handed-down silver and blue jerseys. We come together for America's team every time they take the field. So let's share a round of Jim Beam and lemonade on game day together, because people are good for you, especially for us in Cowboys country. Presented by Jim Beam, bringing fans together across Cowboys country. 40% alcohol by volume. Copyright 2024 James B. Beam Distilling Company, Claremont, Kentucky. Drink smart.
You hear that? That's the sound of your business losing money. Legacy phone systems weren't built for today's teams. Quo, formerly OpenPhone, gives your business a smarter way to stay connected. Quo lets you manage calls, texts, voicemail, and contacts all in one place, so that you can deliver a seamless customer experience from ring to... Need to take calls on the go? Quo automatically transcribes, summarizes, and highlights next steps from every call, so you never miss a detail. Need insight into what closes a sale? With Quo's AI call tags, you can instantly spot key topics like objections or pricing questions, and use those insights to level up every customer interaction. And yes, you can bring your existing number with you for free. Keep your team in sync and your customers happy with Quo. Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's quo.com/sports. QUO.com/sports.
If you're driving a car or truck with an expired warranty and suddenly lost your transmission or needed a full engine repair, would a $4,000 repair bill leave you stranded? I'm Danica Patrick. Don't get caught off guard with a vehicle breakdown. Choose the company I trust. Endurance. No matter the mileage, if your vehicle is less than 20 years old, Endurance offers auto protection plans for any budget. Protection on the drivetrain, electrical, transmission, AC, and more. Plus 24/7 roadside assistance and rental car reimbursement on any plan. Endurance handles everything, from making the claim to paying the certified mechanic of your choice. Act now and get 1 full year of elite benefits, a $2,000 value, free.
Endurance has paid hundreds of millions in claims. Call for your fast free quote today. Call 800-690-8974. That's 800-690-8974. 800-690-8974.
It's Cybersecurity Awareness Month. LifeLock is here with tips to help protect your identity. Use strong passwords, set up multi-factor authentication, report scams, and update your software. And for comprehensive identity protection, LifeLock is your best choice. LifeLock alerts you to suspicious uses of your personal information and fixes identity theft, guaranteed, or your money back. Start your protection today with a 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com. Use promo code NEWS. Terms apply.
Right now at Wendy's, you can get a small Frosty for $1. And literally everyone is going. The car behind you, going to get a $1 Frosty. The car ahead of you, already had one, going for a second. The person who cut you off earlier, you guessed it, $1 Frosty. Maybe it's all a sign for you to go get one. Just don't cut anyone off. No one likes that person. The iconic Frosty for $1, gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's. Not valid in a combo. Prices may be higher in Alaska, Hawaii, California, and via third-party delivery.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541.
I got your picture, I'm coming with.
Pledge is having too much fun in there.
Always.
No question about it. All-time low is coming to the Boeing Center at Techport. Brought to you by Live Nation, by the way. You can win a pair of tickets to go see All-Time Low at the Boeing Center at Techport, October 26th. Again, if you don't win them today, you can always buy them at livenation.com. All-time low to caller number what?
Let's figure this out. They are it's a Sunday night.
Sunday
Cowboys
night.
Broncos at 3 o'clock that day, 3:30. So you could go to the Cowboys game and then go see all-time low.
You don't want to see that Cowboys game against Denver.
Denver.
Come on.
If it doesn't go well, all-time low will put on a great show. If you kind of like that good kind of punk rock, a little Blink 182-ish, little Fall Out Boy-ish.
All right.
Yeah.
Sure.
And Pledge is having too much fun in there, so let's go caller 17.
210-656-3776, 656 ESPN, caller 17. You're going to get a pair of tickets to go see All-Time Low October 26. Good luck to you. That's not a bad song.
No, they're good.
Yeah. Kind of get you hopping and tapping your foot.
Yes.
Now, do you got to wear goofy clothes when you go there? And Pledge will fit right in, obviously. But,
you can wear what you want. You can.
I can wear this?
You can go just like that.
This. Okay.
And there will be a lot of people that look just like that. And then you will have other people that will be in a T-shirt. And other people, you go, what the hell is that? And then you go, oh, hey, James.
Well, yeah, that's exactly. Well, good luck, everybody.
How about those Texas Longhorns?
How about that? A good game to watch if you're a Horns fan or you're rooting for the Horns, and I was because, well, OU sucks. And so it was a great game and a game they needed, quite frankly.
They did. First half was a little rocky. Second half, they really turned it on. The fact that Oklahoma has not scored a touchdown on Texas since they went to the SEC.
That's crazy.
It is a little crazy. And obviously, as Sark said afterwards, beating OU is, beating OU.
I think that we learned how to fight today. And I think that, we don't have to wait till the 12th round to try to knock somebody out to win a game. We can win rounds, and we can continue to fight for 4 quarters. And like I said, I think we saw the true character of the men in that locker room today, their connectivity, their love for one another. You heard these two guys just say it, staying connected, continuing to grind with one another, because it's easy to succumb to the outside noise. And there was a lot of getting talked about our team and about these guys, and I think they responded.
Well, there was a lot of that being talked about your team and your quarterback, no question about it. Arch, pretty good day, 21 of 27, 166 yards, 1 touchdown, 89 quarterback rating. Not off the chart, but I tell you what's a hell of a lot better than he's played before and perhaps his best game.
Well, and Sark talked about just how well Arch played in the game.
Arch took a lot of hits last week, and the biggest thing that impressed me this week about his game, he didn't miss 1 rep of practice this week. He came back Monday, and he was not 100%. He was beat up, but he took every rep. And I think coming out of a game like that, you earn the respect of your teammates. That's the toughness you got to have, and that's the preparation that you have to have.
What didn't hurt was the fact that Quintravion Wisner was running the football all over Oklahoma.
Well, and look, Arch has been beat up a lot this year in the press and in games. That offensive line has been crap. And granted, 4 new starters, but that's a highly paid offensive line. The expectations are bigger. That offensive line, which was awful against Florida, was fantastic against Oklahoma, which allowed Wisner to run, which allowed Arch to have time to throw the ball. That offensive line finally showed up. You hear Sark talking, they're talking a lot of noise. That offensive line, while they don't get near the criticism that the quarterback does, has been awful, and they were good, and the defense was good. Now, I don't know if it would have been any different if Mateer didn't play in the game, but the fact that he did, and Texas's defense made him look bad, although he was looking bad on his own, but they got pressure. They were able to get the takeaways. They got the special teams touchdown. All in all, it was a great day for the Longhorns. And now, it's, well, how good really was Oklahoma? Because do you give Texas credit for getting the big win? Now, the other part about Arch is he is maturing as a quarterback. Arch says that article last week in The Athletic that called him the biggest flop, he didn't know anything about it.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I guess I do now.
Thanks, Almar.
I didn't write it. I mean, look, I wasn't playing well, and I'm going to continue to get better, but, everyone has their own opinion, and, that's what's good about America. So you get the freedom of speech, so it doesn't bother me.
It doesn't bother. Look, he knew about it. He may not have read the article.
Sure.
I get it, but I mean, everybody was talking about that and what a garbage article it was. And I think he's going to get better. I really do. The kid just needs some time, and I think that game against Oklahoma may be the biggest thing that could have happened to him. Just for the confidence, he was throwing the ball well. He was accurate, and he didn't make any mistakes. And I just think that part of it is going to help him moving forward for sure.
Maybe I'm reading more into this than I should, but when you saw the post-game celebration, when he's got the golden hat on his head with that smile, that looked more relief than joy.
Yeah, I would say that.
Is that fair?
Sure.
I mean, maybe I'm just reading that wrong because I don't know Arch Manning personally or what his personality is like. But while he's happy with the win, that looked more like relief. I did it. I finally was able to come out here against a really good team and play up to my expectation.
Well, the good news for him, he gets a week off from the criticism at least. I mean, it's going to be a nice week as they get ready for Kentucky. But, yeah, I mean, the kid needed that. And again, I just think confidence standpoint, not only for him, but his teammates' belief in him. I think that's going to be big. Not that they doubted. Nobody said that, but you know how it is. It's like maybe this kid can't play, and maybe he's not what we thought he was. And I think that, just not making any mistakes and being accurate with the football. He only missed 6 passes in 27 tries. It's pretty good average.
Aggies roll past Florida. They're number 4 in the country now.
Boy, the Aggies. I tell you, that was a good game for a while, and the Aggies finally took over there late to get that done. UTSA, dude. What in the world got into UTSA? They just crush Rice.
You know what Sark just said about all the outside noise? I think UTSA heard it as well. And Jeff Traylor will be on with us in about an hour. Just hearing some of the comments he made post-game, and you wanted us fired and this guy fired. Yeah, I mean, there was a sense of, and no let up. Just, I mean, there's not a ref that's going to call this fight. Just keep kicking the crap out of Rice. And, you know, there was no, all right, man, we've got this in hand. Let's get these guys in. And I know some backups got in late, but, I mean, that was just as dominant of a game from UTSA that I've seen in a long time. I mean, that was just an unfair fight. 3
quarterbacks for Rice knocked out of that game?
Dude.
Unbelievable.
I got to admit. I mean, I was there. First quarter, it was fun. We're having fun. And then the second quarter, it's like, all right. All right. And then we're at alibis at halftime.
Yeah, I don't blame you. By the way, everybody's heard it. Penn State fires James Franklin after 3 consecutive losses. It's about time for that. And then Indiana. I guess we got to start believing in Indiana. They went to Oregon and beat the Ducks.
You talk about the one you didn't see coming?
No.
It's that one.
Yeah.
And game day was there, so maybe game day thought it was going to be a better game than it was. But that Cignetti guy, and it's crazy. You think about Cignetti was on the staff with Kirby Smart at Alabama under Nick Saban at the same time, and now is he going to leave Indiana to go to Penn State? You almost wonder which is the better job. Matt Rule, is he going to leave where he's at to go to Penn State? Jeff Traylor is not going to be rumored for the Penn State job. So,
I don't think so.
Well, maybe. I mean, we can start the rumors,
we
right?
Can.
I mean,
sure.
We'll
why
ask
not?
him.
Why not?
I mean, Jake Paterno is going to be on the show tomorrow.
He is. We can ask him who they're looking at.
Mm-hmm.
That's for sure. That's going to be interesting. Looking forward to talking to Jay Paterno. Last time we talked to him, we warned him about James Franklin.
You did, huh?
Right?
It's kind of like discovering Jake Ferguson.
Well, we said he can't win the big game. And I think Jay's response was, oh, well, you know, that's overstated or whatever.
I said until he does.
$50 million it cost Penn State to fire that guy. Somebody please fire me and give me $49 million. I'd be so ever grateful to you if you would do that. Oh,
you
man.
know, kids, you want a career in coaching. It's not easy. You're going to spend a lot of time away from the family. You know, your wife might not be on board when she sees the hours, but you explain. You'd get good enough to get one of those jobs. And then you get that job and you suck at it. And you get fired and you're set for life.
And then I can spend all day with you.
Not a bad career plan.
Right.
Not a bad career plan.
Honey, just bear with me. I'm going to get fired, and then you're going to have me every minute of every day.
I mean, look, 10 years it's going to be rough, and you're going to have to change all the diapers, and, you know, I might be sleeping at the office, and I'm going to be gone a lot. But really, 15 at the most. Then we're going to get the head job, and then we're going to get fired, and then we don't have any cares in the world. What a career path.
What a career path. Yes. I go for it, kids. I think it's a good idea. Speaking of firing somebody, how about Matt Eberflus? Should he be fired? Of course, he's the defensive coordinator for your Dallas Cowboys. Fire Flus. That's already started. The noise is getting loud, and we're talking about it when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
When you need an electrician, Hill Electric is available for both residential and commercial needs. I've used Hill Electric for a variety of projects at my home through the years. They do fantastic work. They've put in extra outlets in the garage, a spotlight over one of the grills outside, dimmer lights in the living room. They even fixed a light that fell one time. For over 3 decades, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio homes and businesses. And what's great, whatever your project is, whether it's at the office or at the house, they've got the right service at the right price. There's no company better than Hill Electric. But there's never a service charge and always free estimates. So it costs you absolutely nothing to find out what it will take to get that project done. Call Hill Electric, 210-404-9074, 404-9074, or hill-electric.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and AARP Texas are sending Cowboy fans to Jerry World to see America's team play all season long. How do you get in on the action? Head to sasportstar.com now and register to win. sasportstar.com. Live it up with the boys in the Big D from AARP Texas and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Hormones can affect everything. Bad skin, bad hair, low energy, poor sleep, brain fogginess, libido, and weight gain. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health, and we take a functional approach to your hormone problems. Eating right and exercise will not be beneficial without optimal hormone function. This goes for men and women. We do state-of-the-art testing to get to the root of your hormone issues and help you get well and stay well. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health. We can help. 210-468-1891.
Every great team has its core players, but when the season gets tough, adding the right free agent can make all the difference. The same goes for business. At Robert Half, we found that 67% of companies surveyed plan to increase their use of contract talent to handle workload peaks and backlogged projects. With Robert Half's specialized recruiters' experience, combined with our award-winning AI, you can quickly find the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Discover how we can help at roberthalf.com/talent.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Joel, don't you just love Halloween?
It's okay, but I do like your troll costume.
I'm not wearing a costume.
Folks, if your home's AC starts making those witching sounds or the pipes in your wall start moaning and clanging like ghosts having a party, call Quarter Moon at 651-5899 and we'll send our team of highly trained
Ghostbusters!
I was gonna say technicians.
I ain't afraid of no clogs.
Quarter Moon Plumbing and AC, 651-5899. License number TACLA 141074E, M16004.
As a fan, you know all the important sports cliches. And when you save money by bundling your home and auto with Progressive, you can get out there and give it 110%, even though that's mathematically impossible. And remember, failure is not an option. Well, it's always an option, just not a good one. But you're not worried because you've got ice in your veins. You're on fire. How can both of those things be true at the same time? Well, that's between you and your doctor. So get out there and leave it all on the field. Leave what? Who cares? Just leave it and save with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Pros don't just show up. They prove how it's done. With precision and without shortcuts. Makita tools are built the same way. With a dedication to lasting quality. Trusted performance and results that reward your effort year after year. When the job calls for the best, call on Makita. Built to be the best. Available at the Home Depot.
Greatness is here. All 830 of our famous footwear stores now carry Jordan brand. So it's easy to score Jordan brand footwear and accessories, from hats to backpacks to socks, for the full family at a store near you. Famous Footwear's in-store fit experts will help you find the perfect style and the perfect fit. Because every day is a chance to make it famous. Come in and shop Jordan brand footwear and accessories at your local Famous Footwear store today.
From a fender bender to a total loss, Davis Law Firm has a team of expert attorneys ready to get you back on the road with the verdict or settlement you deserve. Y hablamos español. Want more? Call the Fours. Davis Law Firm, San Antonio, 444-4444.
Here we are 6 weeks into the NFL season. People getting fired. Titans fired their head coach today. And the chant, I can hear it from here. It's Star and Frisco and all over the Metroplex and all over San Antonio. Fire Matt Eberflus.
Fire Flusy.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, why? Now, granted, he's par for the course. You take out what we got with Dan Quinn that got him a head coaching job, and you look at the Mike Nolan defenses, and you look at the Mike Zimmer defense, and this is what Jerry wants, apparently. It's bad. Hey, John Machota, our friend from The Athletic, tweeted out earlier today, the Cowboys have faced Bryce Young, Justin Fields, Jordan Love, Caleb Williams, Russell Wilson, and Jalen Hurts. Combined, they've completed 72% of their passes while throwing for 270 yards per game, 15 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, a combined passer rating of 117.
Wow.
Now, let's look at the individual quarterbacks.
They're Hall of Fame quarterbacks you just listed
Well,
off.
I mean, look, Russell Wilson may or may not be, but not for what he's doing right now with the Giants. In fact, he's been benched. Jalen Hurts, Philly's got a great record, but not a great passing game. They've been hammered. And in that game, it felt like the Cowboys should have won that opener. Caleb Williams has looked good in one game this year.
Which one?
The Cowboys game.
Okay, I'm just checking.
Jordan Love, he's Jordan Love.
Good quarterback.
Justin Fields threw for less yards yesterday than all of us combined. He was minus 10 at the end of the game for his total passing yards. And Bryce Young, it's not like they have gone out against the best quarterbacks in the NFL, and they still can't get a damn stop.
6 minute, what was that, a 6 minute drive?
6 minutes and 7 seconds.
Well, that's pretty good.
Let's go for it on fourth down. And again, think about that fourth down play. By now, everybody has seen it 1,000 times because it was just so bad. You got Deron Bland, and again, this is the Eberflus system. Everybody wants to hammer Deron Bland for the cushion he was given. I don't know that it really was Bland with the cushion, although at what point he'd just cheat up. But that play, let's take our slow linebacker named Murray and have him cut across there, right? And just in case they want to go deep, Bland won't get beat deep.
Well, that's a good thing. You want to make sure that doesn't happen.
I mean, they need 3 yards, but let's give them a 10-yard cushion. I mean, because the reality is when you watch that defense, from what I could tell, that was probably the linebacker's responsibility. Why? I don't know. In a situation like that, why not have a little bit more of a press coverage and blitz so you ensure that the ball has to come out quickly and maybe that first read isn't there for Bryce Young?
Well, it was a hell of a catch.
It was.
Pretty good throw.
Yeah.
So, they still had to execute that thing, even though they're playing in the street with their father at that point in time, because that's kind of what that reminded me of. Clarence Hill, our good friend from All City, Dallas, there in Dallas. I guess Shotty's on the podium right now. He said that defensive staff is focused on finding solutions, and there will be some changes in scheme. We'll play more man-to-man.
I like hearing that because they certainly need it to. Because listening to Stephen Jones just today, now there's been communication issues with the Cowboys defensively. We've heard a lot about that. Now apparently there are communication issues within the front office in the organization. Because if Schottenheimer is on the podium right now saying, yeah, we're going to change some scheme, that's a far different choice of words, if you will, or philosophy than what Stephen Jones said today, this morning, about 11 o'clock on 105.3 The Fan, which says scheme is fine, it's the personnel.
Yes, I do. I think, this just comes down to execution, and we've got to continue to be more consistent, and we can certainly do it. I think this is a work in progress. I think, obviously, we got a lot of work to do on the defensive side of the ball. It goes without question. We got work to do on the offensive side. In terms of running the ball yesterday, we didn't win the line of scrimmage. We got out physicaled, and but yes, I believe we got the personnel, and we just got to continue to go to work every day, and we've got to execute, and we've got to be a lot more consistent. We've shown at times this year we can stop the run, but yesterday certainly was an issue, and we got called out before the game, and we didn't do a lot about it. So we got work to do.
Yeah, we just got to get back to work. That's all it takes. Look, I'm glad to hear Schottenheimer, and I'm sure that he's had a talk with Eberflus. And what he's doing is not working. You don't have to be a brain surgeon to figure that out. And I don't know why Eberflus is so damn hard-headed that he just keeps doing the same thing over and over and over again and failing. Didn't you tell me they were dead last in most defensive categories?
Yes, but they can only get better. The idea of them firing Flus at this point doesn't seem like it's not what the Cowboys typically do, right? But what I find interesting, you got to understand the whole context here. In the middle of answering a question about George Pickens, who's a wide receiver, they play on the offensive side of the ball. In the middle of talking about Pickens, somehow that led to he's got confidence in Eberflus.
We just got to continue to go to work every day and get our hands around how we can play the best defensive football. And certainly Flus has been an established coach in this league and have a lot of confidence that he'll get the job done.
Mm-hmm.
Who has a lot of confidence? Steven does?
Well, I mean, look, they're not going to change defensive coordinators.
Well, they're not, but
guys,
look.
We're worried about getting to work, going to work this week, and getting better each week so that we can be more consistent and execute. And we feel like, as Coach Schottenheimer said, we've got good personnel, and I think we're going to evolve into a good defense. We just have to continue to go to work.
We're going to evolve into that. I'm happy to hear Schottenheimer talk about they're going to change things. They have to. And again, 6 games in, and this guy's not doing anything different when one player, has publicly criticized what they're doing and doesn't like what they're doing. And now the same player, Trayvon Diggs, comes out and says that this defense has no identity. I mean, that's a problem. I don't care who you are or who the defensive coordinator is. It's a problem.
I don't know the answer to this question, but I am curious. We know how the Cowboys are run, and I know that when Brian Schottenheimer was named head coach, we heard all the talk about how thorough he was in putting together his staff. The question that I really do have today, did he hire Matt Eberflus, or was that a Jerry decision? Now, I know he spent time with Clayton Adams, and I know he spent a lot of time with the quarterback coach and we heard about how thorough he was. But as I go back and I try to rack my memory, I know he was on board with Matt Eberflus and has talked about the conversations they had, but I don't recall hearing Schottenheimer saying that's why I hired him, right? The Cowboys, when you think about the Mike Zimmers and the Mike Nolans and, you know, when they're thinking about positions like that, they always want to go with somebody they're familiar with. And they're familiar with Eberflus because he's been there before.
Yep.
And was a hell of a defensive coordinator or a defensive coach when he was there, and he didn't get elevated and went to Indianapolis and had a great run as a DC there, which got him the head job in Chicago, which obviously didn't work, so now you're back at the coordinator position. I'm wondering if this truly was a Schottenheimer decision initially. I'm just spitballing because I don't know the answer to that. But to hear Steven say one thing today and Schottenheimer this afternoon say another, you know, at one point you just go like, Jerry, Steven, like, we hired this guy, you hired this guy, and I was like, sure, because, you know, you're the Joneses, you own the team. If I'm the offensive guy and you put me in charge of that and you've hired the defensive guy, and I was good with that because I like Matt. He's a nice guy. His wife brings a great potato salad to the parties. I mean, whatever it is. But at this point, Schottenheimer has just got to be livid that defense couldn't get off the field over the final 6 minutes that allowed a game-winning walk-off field goal.
Well, again, though, and I will say this, and I've heard it from everybody. Cowboy fans were thrilled with Matt Eberflus.
Mm-hmm.
This is a great hire.
It was.
He's going to be a great defensive coordinator. Cowboy fans were thrilled with it.
They were. And you know what they had at the time when that hire was there, which makes sense for what Matt Eberflus likes to do? They had a Micah Parsons and a pass rusher like that. And when you have a pass rusher like Micah Parsons, running his secondary zone schemes works because quarterbacks don't have as much time. When you don't have a pass rush and you're running a zone, those wide receivers are good. They'll find the holes in those zones, and quarterbacks have time to have their peanut butter and jelly sandwich and then deliver a pass.
Well, that's great. But then, hey, he's a head coach in the NFL. He's a coach in the NFL.
Yep.
You adjust.
He hasn't.
So he hasn't. Okay, you don't have Micah Parsons, and there's nothing you can do about it. So adjust, and he hasn't done it. I mean, Bryce Young's sitting back there all by himself. I mean, he had plenty of time, although there were some times there was some pressure. But do something about that. I mean, my God, I'm sick of honestly, and I'm not talking to you, Minix. I'm sick of Cowboy fans using Micah Parsons as an excuse. I really am. That's over. It's done.
I don't know, other than bringing up that you had one of the best players in the NFL and you traded him. And again, I'm on record. I'm fine with them trading Micah. I'm not fine with the timing of it because Eberflus all offseason and all his plans included Micah Parsons.
Mm-hmm.
Reason or excuse, however you want to look at it, Jerry did take away one of his, his best asset right before the season. My mind is you're a coach, you treat it like it's a season-ending injury. Those happen. Sean Lee got hurt getting out of bed.
All the time.
You learn to adapt. They haven't seemed to learn how to adapt. I'm not using Micah as an excuse or reason, but it is a major factor. You know, Jerry will tell us, after they did a good job in one game of stopping the run, see, we got rid of that 11, and now we can stop the run. And then you had Rico Dowdle run all over you yesterday.
This was the first game that they've had an issue with the run game. I mean, I don't recall another running back in the other 5 games that they played where a running back was dominant. I don't. And yesterday, Rico was. So what was the difference? What happened? I don't know. Did the Cowboys just lose the battle up front? Maybe that Carolina Panthers offensive line's pretty damn good. Could that be it? I mean, look, there are things that there are other guys getting paid in the league.
Sure.
It's not just the Cowboys. Other teams go out and they play. So I don't recall. If I'm missing it, please let me know. I don't recall. It hasn't happened. So, yesterday it happened. But I think they've handled the run pretty well.
They are ranked 32nd in the NFL in rushing first downs allowed.
Okay. And so what are you saying?
That's not good for the run defense.
Has there been another dominant running back to toast the Cowboys the way Rico Dowdle did yesterday? I can't recall one. If I'm missing it, please let me know, and I'm here to be corrected if need be.
But we can pull up box scores, but you've had every quarterback look like a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, exactly right.
There's no need to run on this team. You're throwing against air.
Well, obviously, Bryce Young and the Carolina Panthers found a hole in that defense, and they ran the hell out of the ball.
They did, and you know what? Bryce Young actually threw the ball really well, too.
He did. The guy did win the Heisman Trophy, didn't he? Am I missing that?
Here we go.
I think he won the Heisman Trophy. I believe that he did.
Mm-hmm.
Fire Flus, we're going to continue to hear that, I promise you. We're already hearing it today, and it will continue. There's no question about it. Washington up next for the Dallas Cowboys. It's fun covering the Dallas Cowboys. I really do like it. We'll continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You're locked on the Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Dallas Cowboys fans, come on down!
It's AJ and Rob from the Morning Huddle, and you could be the next contestant on
The Stat Is Right.
Every week leading up to the week of the Cowboys home game, AJ and Rob toss out a Cowboys player and a stat from the upcoming home game. Passing yards, rushing yards, number of times Dak adjusts his wristband mid-play, or perhaps CeeDee Lamb mouthguard chews per quarter. Whatever. All you have to do is predict that stat, get the closest, and bam! You're headed to Jerry World with a pair of tickets to the next Cowboys home game. Think of it like The Price is Right, but instead of winning a blender, you get to scream, "How about them Cowboys?" inside AT&T Stadium. So study up, Cowboy Nation, and listen to the Morning Huddle to play. The Stat Is Right. Only on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Another episode brought to you by Prize Picks. You and I make decisions every day, but Prize Picks, well, I'll tell you what, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season. As the basketball season begins, Prize Picks is here for you. And whether you're a football fan, a basketball fan, or any kind of sports fan, there's always the games to be played. Prize Picks is the best way to win cash if you're a Spurs fan. More than victor all the time. Heck, it only takes about 60 seconds to make your picks, and you can turn those picks into cash. It feels so good being right. I told you about Wemby. Dak's on an MVP kind of run. I like the more thans with Dax all season long. On PrizePick, how you play is up to you. If you want flexibility, choose the Flex Pay, where you can get paid even if one of your picks misses. And if you want the biggest payouts, go for the Power Play, up to 2,000x. No matter your play, PrizePicks is a great way to put your takes to the test. Download the PrizePicks app today and use the code ALAMO to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's ALAMO to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, it's good to be right.
You hear that? That's the sound of your business losing money. Legacy phone systems weren't built for today's teams. Quo, formerly OpenPhone, gives your business a smarter way to stay connected. Quo lets you manage calls, texts, voicemail, and contacts all in one place so that you can deliver a seamless customer experience from ring to... Need to take calls on the go? Quo automatically transcribes, summarizes, and highlights next steps from every call, so you never miss a detail. Need insight into what closes a sale? With Quo's AI call tags, you can instantly spot key topics like objections or pricing questions and use those insights to level up every customer interaction. And yes, you can bring your existing number with you for free. Keep your team in sync and your customers happy with Quo. Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's quo.com/sports. QUO.com/sports.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now.
800-583-5795.
Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call
800-583-5795. That's 800-583-5795.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
When you switch to Progressive, you could save bundling your home and auto. Then you could put that money towards some of the surprisingly more expensive things in life.
Attention passengers, we've reached 10,000 feet and internet is now available for purchase.
I just paid hundreds for this flight, and you can't even throw in internet? I'll just take the free pretzels.
Sorry, but I do have snack boxes for sale.
I'm just gonna sleep.
In that case, we are selling pillows and blankets as well.
I'll just breathe. That's free, right?
Life costs a lot, so bundle and you could save with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Introducing your new Dell PC with the Intel Core Ultra processor. It helps you handle a lot, even when your holiday to-do list gets to be a lot. Like organizing your holiday shopping and searching for great holiday deals and customer questions and customers requesting custom things, plus planning the perfect holiday dinner for vegans, vegetarians, pescatarians, and Uncle Mike's carnivore diet. Luckily, you can get a PC with all-day battery life to help you get it all done. That's the power of a Dell PC with Intel inside, backed by Dell's price match guarantee. Get yours today at Dell.com/deals. Terms and conditions apply. See Dell.com for details.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, the Spurs are 3-0 to start the preseason. They return to action tonight to take on the Pacers in Indiana. And according to Spurs beat writer Jeff McDonald, the team is going to handle these last two preseason games as a dress rehearsal for the regular season. All healthy players are expected to play. Tip-off from Indiana tonight, set for 6 o'clock. And the Tennessee Titans have fired their head coach, Brian Callahan, after less than 2 seasons.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
On a Reaction Monday. Yeah, that doesn't seem to fit. Like a Reaction Monday, maybe we need to think of an M word to go with Monday. Like, I don't know, Mellow Mushroom Monday.
That works.
That works, doesn't it? This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Happy you guys and gals are joining us here on this Reaction Monday. I'm Joe Reinagel. He's Jason Minix, and we're reacting to a lot of stuff.
We are. Cowboys lose, Longhorns win. It's 4:06, and OU still sucks.
They do.
Aggies got a big win. UTSA destroys Rice. Jeff Traylor will join us coming up at 4:35 to talk about that big win.
Yep, and he's got a big game this coming Saturday against North Texas in Denton. So they got to travel and play the Mean Green.
And I'd imagine there's going to be a lot of people from San Antonio heading up I-35 to support UTSA.
I would think so. I would hope so. We'll see, especially after that big win in the Alamo Dome on homecoming last Saturday. That's a way to handle Rice. They took care of business. We got some breaking news. I don't know if this is huge news, but Detroit Lions defensive back Brian Branch has been suspended without pay for 1 game for unsportsmanlike conduct when he went up and whacked Smith-Schuster last night.
I'm surprised it's 1 game.
Just 1, yeah.
Honestly, because it happened after the game. If he would have gotten to that same kind of fight during the game, all right, 1 game. But after, in the handshake line, the way it went, I'm honestly surprised it was one game. Hearing Dan Campbell afterwards, sounded like Dan Campbell was ready to cut his ass.
I love Brian Branch, but what he did is inexcusable, and it's not going to be accepted here. It's not what we do. It's not what we're about. I apologize to Coach Reed and the Chiefs and, and shoot. That's not okay. That's not what we do here, and it's not going to be okay. He knows it. Our team knows it, and so that's not what we do.
Now, I'm assuming the Lions could do something else if they wanted to, because Branch can appeal the suspension.
Sure, he won't.
I wouldn't if I were him.
You can't win.
Yeah, I wouldn't if I were him. I would just let it go. You miss the game against Tampa Bay, and you move on, because that to me is a slap on the wrist. It really is. Should have been more than that. You can't have that, and I think you got to send a message. But look, again, the NFL has to operate with the CBA too, and the union's going to always side with the players on this thing. So, it's interesting.
Here's the thing. See, on the screen right now on ESPN, it says he's been suspended one game for the scuffle post-game last night. See, scuffle doesn't sound so bad. Did that feel like a scuffle?
No, it did not.
Because if it's a scuffle, all right, cool. But to hit him the way he did and just everything there. And now maybe Juju said, yeah, I was taunting him a little bit, or, maybe there was some, because when Juju hit him from behind during the game, then it wasn't flagged because you're not allowed to throw flags on Kansas City. So that wasn't a penalty during the game. Maybe the NFL is saying, yeah, you can't do that, but you're right. There should have been a penalty there.
Well, there should have been a penalty, but it still doesn't give you the right. I mean, I'm sure there are a lot of players that would like to go smack a guy that didn't get called for a penalty that actually did something. But I'm glad Dan Campbell came out with what he did, and it's going to be interesting. But if I'm the player, I just let this thing go and move on. I do. I let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go. You got lucky. You're going to lose a check, but you let it go and get back on the field after that and do better. Maybe it was his apology, Minix.
Well, he owned it afterwards. He apologized. Maybe. I don't know. It's one game. I'm surprised. I thought it was going to be at least two.
I thought it would be at least two as well, because I think you have to send a message. You can't just have a guy walk up and cold cock another player as you're, trying to shake hands and say good game and all of that kind of stuff. And apparently he walked right by Patrick Mahomes. Mahomes stuck out his hand and boom, he didn't
I
do
didn't see
anything.
him. Mahomes didn't hit him, but, touched him, like, hey, dude, don't leave me hanging.
Uh-huh.
And the guy wanted nothing to do with it. And what I love, it's the NFL. Then you have the scrap. Everybody gets involved. And then 20 seconds later, everybody's all cool again.
Sure. Yeah, that's what it is. I still don't know how the hell you go through an entire football game and not have one penalty. The Kansas City Chiefs had no penalties last night. Not one.
Well, Detroit had 4.
Okay.
I mean, 4.
I mean, maybe the officials are learning that they're not part of the game. They're there to officiate, make sure the ball's lined up right.
Maybe they just played a clean enough game not to warrant a flag.
I would have to find this out, and I know it's a question that maybe somebody knows. When the hell is the last time a team went 60 minutes without a penalty?
1959.
No, those guys were cheaters back then. Dude. Come on.
I have no idea.
I don't know either. But
I mean, did we have punts last night? Turnovers? It was a pretty clean game. But when I watching the game, I never felt like, damn, Kansas City's getting away with everything because they're the Chiefs.
I never felt that way.
And so to find out afterwards, yeah, man, there were no flags. That's weird. But in reality, it's not like you watch that and say, oh, they got away with one there. Oh, they got away with one there. The Chiefs are the first team since 1972 to have 0 accepted penalties, 0 turnovers, and no more than 1 punt in a game. That was the cleanest game we've seen in my lifetime.
Well, that Patrick Mahomes, he's a Boy Scout.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift has something to do with this. front row, VIP access to all the officials.
A little private concert for the referee party.
Exactly right.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly right. Interesting. Hey, the Spurs play tonight.
They do.
They do.
Against Indiana.
Against Indiana, who was also, I think, undefeated in the preseason.
It's the preseason.
It makes no difference, exactly. Although Spurs fans are excited. Jason, don't take that away from them. And Jeff McDonald, our good friend of the show from the San Antonio Express-News, says they're going to treat these last two preseason games as dress rehearsals for the regular season, which means all healthy players will play. You think that's good? I do. I think it's good.
Dude, let's go play basketball. Regular season is almost here. So, and again, the healthy ones. There are still some that aren't there. They're not healthy. But let them go play. It's almost time. I like this.
I like it, too. It's kind of like not playing in the preseason versus playing in the preseason. I think it's better to play. And so I'm happy that Mitch Johnson is going to do this like this. Indiana tonight, I believe it's on the CW if you want to watch that. You can on the CW. When we come back, the Dallas Cowboys have the Washington Commanders next week, and the Commanders have a game tonight so that we can kind of scout them a little bit against the Chicago Bears. But we'll talk a little Cowboys football and continue getting your thoughts on what happened yesterday. And should we fire Flus? We'll do that when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Fire Flus, flush Flus. Now, again, if you flush Flus and it stops up your toilet, there's one company to call, and that is Quartermoon Plumbing, Heating, and AC. They are experts at worst-case scenarios. They can't save the Cowboys, but they can save you in a bad situation. They're full service, big job, small job, residential or commercial. Their service trucks are fully stocked, and they have all the equipment needed for any job. At Quartermoon, they do not have commissioned sales reps. They'll provide estimates and second opinions, and they have a great experienced staff that has earned an A-plus ranking with the Better Business Bureau. And at Quartermoon, they are green certified. Whether it's plumbing issues, AC issues, and granted, they've got great maintenance programs as well. It's October, time to start thinking about getting your heater tuned up because you will need it sooner rather than later. Call Quartermoon Plumbing, Heating, and AC, 210-651-5899, 651-5899, or online at quartermoonplumbing.com.
South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday at 3:25 p.m. The Cowboys are back home after a 2-week road trip, taking on the Washington Commanders. Pre-game starts at 2:30. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the Davis Law Firm, Hornitos Tequila, Connecticut, and Jim Beam. How about them Cowboys? 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
Hola, mi esposo se lastimó en un accidente ayer. ¿Me puede ayudar?
Claro que sí. Estamos aquí para servirle.
I'm Jeff Davis. At Davis Law Firm, we're here for you 24/7. Our team of Texas attorneys has been helping people injured in car, truck, or 18-wheeler wrecks for more than 25 years. And there's no fee unless we win. Y hablamos español. If you've been hurt, call us at 444-4444.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program may only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it could end your debt nightmare and save you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for. So don't wait. For this free information, call 800-422-8552. 800-422-8552. That's 800-422-8552. Not available in all states. Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
Ah, the sweet feelings of summer. The kiss of warm sun on your skin. The softly scented breeze blowing through the trees. Don't worry, you have Off Clean Feel, fragrance-free mosquito repellent that feels good on skin, so even mosquitoes can't ruin those sweet feelings of summer. off clean feel. Prevention is the best protection from mosquitoes.
Calling all Cowboys Nation in San Antonio. Game day isn't complete without the right look, and the Dallas Cowboys Pro Shop has everything you need. Whether you're headed to the game or watching from home, the Dallas Cowboys Pro Shop has you covered. Find game day staples like jerseys and hats to fan favorites like hoodies and jackets at any of our 4 convenient locations: River Center, North Star Mall, Ingram Park Mall, and Huebner Oaks Shopping Center. We're open 7 days a week. Find the best selection of Cowboys gear only at the Dallas Cowboys Pro Shop.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Tuesday on the Morning Huddle, we had a couple more NFL games last night. How'd the Bills look? How'd the Falcons look? And did we even watch the other game?
Yeah, one too many for my taste. But the Spurs did play, and oh my goodness, there's also baseball. Boy, oh boy, we love this time of year. Get here early. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Now, Jason, you brought something into the station today that really sounds gross.
What?
That you cooked yesterday.
Oh.
And I'm not sure exactly. Now, there's some people on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page that were kind of talking about it. You must have some pictures out there somewhere.
Yeah, it's on my
somebody
Instagram
Somebody wanted the recipe. Yeah, Antonio Moreno says, how are those jalapeno peanut butter and jelly wraps? They look delicious.
They looked interesting. I'll say that.
Jeez.
Pledge, did you eat one yet? Wuss.
Yeah, well, he can't. I understand, Pledge.
You should do this live on the air.
Not eating that stuff.
Now, Alex from our office, he had one. And
Alex will eat anything.
That's
Come on.
not true. That's a picky dude.
Dude,
no, I was given a cookbook, a Vinnie Paul cookbook from Aaron Smith from the band Kingdom Collapse. Of course, Vinnie from Pantera fame. Except for Aaron was like, dude, at some point you got to grill something out of this cookbook for me. And so Saturday night, he sends me a text and said, can I crash whatever you've got going on for the Cowboys game tomorrow? Because they just got back from a road trip. And I'm like, sure, but I don't really know what I'm going to grill. But I started looking through the cookbook to find the strangest thing to make to make Aaron make, because he doesn't know how to grill a damn thing.
He's a bass player. What do you expect?
Exactly. So it's jalapeno poppers. You get jalapenos, you cut them long ways, but you add in peanut butter. Follow me here.
Jeez.
Peanut butter, bacon bits, cheese, shredded cheese, crushed Fritos, and you put those on the grill. Put them on there till the cheese melts. Basically, it took about 20 minutes. And then when you pull them off, you add in grape jelly.
Oh, gosh.
They weren't bad. I've got to admit, I was worried. I thought this is going to be a disaster. I made some other jalapeno poppers just because I like them and I prefer them with bacon and cream cheese and whatnot. But for, this, we, did a couple that way with the jelly. And honestly, it's not bad. Imagine, now, Ryan Eagle hates peanut butter, so he's going to trash these from the word go because it's got peanut butter. But if you are one that, and I know people that do this, peanut butter and jelly and put jalapeno slices on there, that's what it tastes like. You know, the Fritos give it a little bit of a crunch. I would have, although I did use bacon bits because that's what Vinnie Paul called for, and I could only imagine what that dude was on when he came up with this.
No kidding.
And I wish I was on that yesterday. It might have made it better. I don't know that I'll do it again, but they weren't bad. They weren't bad.
Dude, please.
Although there was plenty left over to bring to Pledge.
When he's not even eating them. He doesn't have the stomach. And if Pledge doesn't have the stomach for it.
See, what I didn't realize is Pledge and jalapenos.
Ah, is that what it is?
Is the problem here.
Uh-huh. Peanut butter. Dude, why ruin a good jalapeno popper with peanut butter and jelly?
Well, now again, you don't like peanut butter, but these weren't bad. They really weren't bad.
So they weren't bad.
Well, again, I mean, I like a good peanut butter jelly sandwich, but... Fred, I just gave you the recipe. Fred's asking. I mean, it ain't complicated. It's jalapeno. It's peanut butter. It's bacon bits, or use real bacon. It's shredded cheese and crushed Fritos. Grill about 20 minutes. When it's done, you add in the jelly. And the jelly, because it's, you know, kind of cold, it actually was good. Not bad. Again, I was like, I don't know about this. I don't know about this.
You're never going to make those again. Admit it. You will never make those again.
On request, but not for me.
Now, did your wife like them?
No.
See?
No. Although my wife was like, maybe this would be better with and name like 87 other jellies besides grape jelly, because while you hate peanut butter, she's not a fan of grape jelly.
Well, I don't blame her for that. If I'm doing jelly, it's strawberry.
Okay.
So maybe that would help, but I can't do the peanut butter. Now, look, you want to make it with all the other stuff in it. What do you say, bacon and cheese? And
yeah.
And
well, you know how to do jalapeno poppers, normally cream cheese. I was worried what peanut butter was going to do on the grill.
Jeez.
Like, is it just going to melt all over? But it actually held its consistency.
Did Aaron like it?
Yes.
He did?
Yes.
Now, I'm really not trying it. All right?
Did he have more than one?
I think he did. And his girlfriend had one, and she liked it, which a little odd.
Why is that odd? She didn't like spicy things?
No, she was she was nice. She was the most afraid of it.
I don't blame her.
Of it.
I don't blame her.
But not bad. The Vinnie Paul cookbook was good. I've had a lot of people ask about it and think that this is, I mean, like I said, I want to know what the hell that dude was on when he decided, let's put peanut butter and jelly on a jalapeno.
He was high as hell, and you know he was. Are you kidding me? That's the only day you eat something like that when you're stoned out of your mind.
What's your little SpaghettiO thing or whatever? He was probably on that.
SpaghettiO? What?
He has a dish that he makes.
I haven't made that in a long time, but it is wonderful.
Wow.
Back before, well, I still don't know how to cook indoors, but long before I was married and when I used to have to fend for myself, I was dating a girl that said, you realize you have no meat in your diet that doesn't come from a drive-through window or it's microwave type meals. But I like Chef Boyardee raviolis, beef raviolis, and macaroni.
Okay.
Well, I mixed them together one time.
All right.
Is that the one you're talking about, Pledge?
No, it's the one that goes in the stove on bread.
Oh, that one's a good snack too. Mix your raviolis in your just after the cheese sauce, so it's basically all one color. No, the raviolis are not raviolis. SpaghettiOs, can of chili, put it on bread, put cheese over it, put it in the oven. It's fantastic.
That didn't sound bad.
It's fantastic.
You know what I had for brunch yesterday?
For brunch?
Brunch.
With your pinky up, sir?
Yeah, well, it was my daughter's birthday, so after they came home to rescue me from the kids.
Rescue you from the kids.
So we took them to brunch. I had chili and eggs.
Chili and eggs?
It was actually pretty good. They bring it in a bowl of chili with eggs in it.
Eggs on top?
Eggs on
like
top.
a fried egg on a bowl of chili?
Fried egg on a
beans
bowl
or no
of chili.
beans?
No beans, but it was delicious. It sounded good on the menu, and I was like, okay,
It's
I'll
80
try.
degrees. Let's have some chili.
Dude, it was great. It was fantastic.
With a fried egg?
A fried egg, over medium.
Over medium.
Over medium.
So not very yolky when you got in there.
Well, a little harder yolk than
but
not
it
the
didn't
runny
just-
kind. Yeah. It was good.
Bowl of chili, spicy?
It was spicy, yeah.
Yeah?
It really was. It was delicious, though.
That explains a lot here in the studio.
Because I don't know how they. Well, there were no beans in it. You're okay. No beans. It was fantastic. So just saying. Sometimes you got to try, but peanut butter I can't do. Although every now and then, I'll eat a Reese's. It's not bad. But every now and then. But I'm not having a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for anything. You'd have to pay me an enormous amount of money.
To eat a PB&J?
Yes. Enormous amount of money.
Freaking spoiled, man.
Enormous amount of money. I think that's what Jeff Traylor's trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
Spoil us. After this win against Rice.
Dude, it was an incredible win.
Unbelievable win. I mean, it was never a game. Never. I think it was 7-3 at one time. And that's about as close as it got.
Was it that close?
It was. It was 7-3.
They scored before kickoff.
They're still, I think they just scored again, as a matter of fact. Great win for UTSA. The Roadrunners on homecoming inside the Alamo Dome. They knock off Rice 61-13, and it wasn't even that close. The head coach of the UTSA Roadrunners, Jeff Traylor, he joins us next here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I want to tell you about my good friends at Connecticut Quality Water Softeners. I love bragging about my Connecticut Quality Water Softener because, well, it just makes everything better, and it's just kind of nice, right? You get in the shower, you feel cleaner when you get out. Your dishes are cleaner out of the dishwasher. It's fantastic. Your clothes come out cleaner, and they even smell good out of the washing machine. It's fantastic. It's a great product. It really is. It's the best water softener on the market, and I don't think there's anything that's even close to it. You want to treat yourself, treat your family, and make sure you're protecting the pipes in your house and all those appliances that I just mentioned. The Connecticut Quality Water Softener does that. Look, they've been serving San Antonio for over 50 years. All their products are made here in America. What I love about it is you don't plug it in. It does not run on electricity. It runs on that kinetic energy. I don't know how that works. All I know is it works, and it works well. Provides soft water to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. No matter what's going on, if the electricity's out, you're still going to get that soft water. And they still have this deal going on. I don't know how they're doing it, but they're doing it. Right now, when you buy a Connecticut Quality Water Softener, they're going to give you for free a reverse osmosis drinking station that they'll install right there at your kitchen sink. It's fantastic. Bottled water right there at your kitchen sink. No need to buy bottled water anymore. You just go to the sink and fill up a glass. Also going to give you $400 trade-in of your old water softener. Plus, they're going to give you free money. 0% interest for 12 months. That's right, 0% interest for 12 months. Call Connecticut of San Antonio in the Hill Country. Get this done. 656-PURE, 656-7873, or you can get them online at ConnecticutSA.com. And you know the jingle, sing it with me. It's the last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE. Connecticut.
San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to USASportsStar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an audience national contest across multiple markets. The 50K Pro Football Giveaway. Register and win at SASportsStar.com.
At Frost, we believe in going the extra mile, like opening more locations to be a part of more communities. Overdraft grace, which means no fee if you overdraw your Frost Personal or Frost Plus account by $100 or less. And the little things like cookies, coffee, or that time when there was a fire at a Fort Worth daycare and Frost bankers entertained 26 kids with snacks and games until their parents could pick them up. That actually happened. Frost. Exactly what you unexpected.
Talk about stepping up. Bang! Bang! It's time to level up your game. Introducing the all-new ESPN app. All of ESPN, all in one place. Your home for the most live sports and the best championship moments.
The electricity is palpable.
Step up your game with no annual contract required. It's the ultimate fan experience. Level up for more on the ESPN app or at stream.espn.com. Sign up now.
Lowe's knows that free makes everything better. That's why our rewards members get free standard shipping on the things they want and need to get the job done every day. Savings for rewards members add up fast, so why wait? Join for free today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Not available in Alaska and Hawaii. Exclusions and more terms apply. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/shipping terms. Subject to change.
It's a little quiet on the border these days. Illegal border crossings at an all-time low because Donald Trump and Senator John Cornyn have been fighting side by side to seal the border. Cornyn has led the charge in the Senate, funding more agents, more technology, and more miles of secure border wall, beating back Biden's border failures, taking the fight directly to the cartels. Cornyn stands with President Trump, voting with him 99% of the time, supporting Trump's nominees, confirming conservative judges who defend our Constitution, and together, Trump and Cornyn put America first. They've worked to keep our families safe and our border defended. Yep, it's quieter on the border now because real leadership gets results. Call and thank Senator John Cornyn, 713-572-3337, and tell him to keep delivering Trump's agenda. Paid for by Lone Star Freedom Project, LoneStarFreedomProject.com.
This college football season, the Crunch Time Hero of the Week is brought to you by PorkRinds.com, the nation's premier hub for pork rind lovers everywhere. Each week, a college player will post on Instagram, and each share over a 2-week period equals a $1 donation to the Archer Foundation, which helps families who are dealing with DIPG, DMG, pediatric brain cancer. Giving back with the perfect snack to celebrate those big Crunch Time plays. Find your rind at PorkRinds.com or find Southern Recipe pork rinds at HEB.
You hear that? That's the sound of your business losing money. Legacy phone systems weren't built for today's teams. Quo, formerly OpenPhone, gives your business a smarter way to stay connected. Quo lets you manage calls, texts, voicemail, and contacts all in one place so that you can deliver a seamless customer experience from ring to... Need to take calls on the go? Quo automatically transcribes, summarizes, and highlights next steps from every call, so you never miss a detail. Need insight into what closes a sale? With Quo's AI call tags, you can instantly spot key topics like objections or pricing questions and use those insights to level up every customer interaction. And yes, you can bring your existing number with you for free. Keep your team in sync and your customers happy with Quo. Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's quo.com/sports. QUO.com/sports.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
For a limited time, get a free K5 reverse osmosis drinking water system when you purchase a Connecticut water softener. Clean, great tasting water at your kitchen sink. Hurry before they're gone.
Call 656-PURE-Connecticut.
Davis Law Firm secures important verdicts and settlements for Texans hurt in a car, truck, or 18-wheeler wreck. Many in the millions of dollars. No case is too big or too small. And remember, there's no fee unless we win. So if you want more, call the Fours. Davis Law Firm San Antonio, 444-4444.
Now, I don't know about you, Jason, but it's a way to do homecoming.
Yeah.
Put everybody in a celebratory mood, and the way to do that is to whack Rice 61-13. That's exactly what UTSA did on Saturday inside the Alamo Dome.
Let's talk about it with the head coach of the UTSA Roadrunners, Jeff Traylor, joining us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line. School records for points scored, defensive scores, tackles, 61-13. Coach, I was there. It didn't even feel that close.
Yeah, I've been telling everybody we're getting better. It's just disguised amongst a couple of close losses. But when I really do always try to be very honest with you guys and tell you as much as I possibly can. And I understand a lot of times people don't want to hear it because it's not what they think they see. But we've been getting better. And to take the opening drive down, that was really impressive. They came back and answered with 3. We took the next drive down, and got up 14-3. And when we hurt their quarterback, on a good hit by Marcellus, to me that was the play that really changed the game.
Jeff, I don't know. I mean, this game wasn't even – and it just looked like Rice didn't have an answer for anything you guys were doing, and you just kind of punched him in the mouth. And that's kind of the way it goes. And you can tell Jason and I anything you want. We're impressionable. So whatever you want to tell us, Coach, you can tell us. It doesn't matter.
Impressionable, but yes, you are maybe, but you're also very opinionated, and you're very right a lot of times, so I had to be very my words.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Right, a lot of the times. You notice that? That's not all of the time.
Not every time, but a lot of the times. That's okay.
When you look
more than I care to argue with, for sure. You're right.
When you come off of a game like what you had at Temple and some of the noise, and Sark said something about, the way they lost to Florida to go in and beat Oklahoma the way they did in the Red River rivalry game. There's just something about that week of practice, tuning out all the noise and focusing on yourself. Was it that way for you guys preparing for Rice?
I think when you're as close to your guys as we are with our guys, we have a really good culture. I know everybody gets probably tired of hearing about it, but we really have a connection with our team that's really close. And, I've given you this analogy before, I know, but we're very much like family. And when someone's talking about dad, which I'd say that'd be me in this analogy I'm using, and their uncles, which would probably be my coordinators, and their brother, which would be their quarterback, it gets pretty personal, right? And as much as I try to keep those kids from that noise, I'm reading a book right now on how to raise adult children, because I've got 3 of them, right? It's called Doing Life with Your Adult Children, and it talks about this is the greatest separation between culture gaps we've ever had, our generation and their generation, because you and I grew up as teenagers where we went outside and played ball and did all kinds of things like that. These kids grew up on a phone, and they're called screenagers is what this book calls them. They're glued to the screen. So they're going to get the information, right? And I think it kind of caused a rallying effect, not to mention to top along how frustrating that Rice loss was last year. It was more frustrating than the Temple loss because of the way that game ended. So we've had a year of frustration, and then you've also had the week of the Temple game all piled into one. And our home crowd, let's don't deny what our home crowd always does for the Roadrunners. Our band, Sosa, our cheer squad, our crowd, those same 25,000 have been here when we were undefeated and when we were whatever we were right now. They are very loyal fans, and that's what hurts me the most is when I let those guys down. Those are your true fans. They're not the fair weather fans. Those are the guys that are always there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And, Jeff, I have to believe that, when you're into the season and you guys have played a few games and, things just aren't quite working right, there comes that game, and I'm assuming it came on Saturday, where everything just clicks and everything that you've been preaching and telling these guys and your coaches have been telling them finally, I don't want to say sinks in, but it works the way it's supposed to.
Well, it's a fair assessment, but I think you got to be a little more specific. Like if you look at the triangle, which is where I always start with, our defense replaced 11 starters, right? You've kind of seen those guys just keep getting a little bit better each week. Offensively, you've seen flashes. You're like, here it comes what we thought. But the receivers being healthy and being with Owen has really helped us progress in our passing game, where we're running the ball so much better than we did last year. And then finally on special teams, we did have the drop punt, which was frustrating. But our punter, our kicker, our kickoff specialist, all those guys are just all got better. And again, I do want to stay humble, because I want to be honest. When you lose your starting quarterback, that's one thing. But then when you knock the backup out, those 13 and 14 guys probably don't even get reps during the week. They're probably playing scout team on the other field. So I do feel bad for Coach Abel. So I've been through that my first season. You got to remember, I lost Frank, I lost JoJo, I lost Josh. And I lost Lowell. I lost all 4 of my guys during that 1 year. That's a tough way to coach.
It really is. Jeff Traylor joining us here on the Blitz. Such a convincing win against what has been a better Rice team than what I think some people give them credit for. I think Temple had Navy on the ropes. Navy goes for 2 in the final seconds after tying the game up to get the win. But I think the way Temple played against Navy says, maybe that Navy team was better than we thought they were when they beat UTSA. Do you kind of look at it that way as the season goes along? You go, yeah, they were tougher than what people thought.
Well, I think, again, you have to be careful. That's another great analogy, and I think you're right. I try to tell everybody how good Temple was. He did a great job retaining that roster. He did a really good job of, Coach Drayton Stan's a wonderful recruiter. He left him some good talent. He did a good job of retaining it. I think and he's coached them very well. Where things get crazy in this business is sometimes I know y'all look at scores and go, what in the heck happened? And there's 2 things that always skew what you just said, Jason. Turnovers skew things and injuries skew things. But if things are fair, like there was nothing in the Navy Temple game that was crazy. Both teams just played well and everybody was healthy. That's a fair assessment. That was 2 really good teams playing each other. You look up and see some games where you're like, how in the heck did that team beat that team that bad? Well, turnovers is always in play and maybe a quarterback getting injured. And I would have to say in our game, you do have to say the injury bug hurt them at quarterback position. And, yes, we did play very well on top of that.
Well, it was a physical ball game, too. And, I mean, that contributed, I think, to them losing 3 quarterbacks, which is a credit to your football team. Jeff, I want to talk about North Texas, but I want to ask you a question. And you've talked about coaches that, you're hired to be fired and that kind of thing. But curious your thoughts on James Franklin, if you've thought anything at all about him. Penn State head coach loses 3 in a row, and they fired him.
Well, one thing it's going to do is I'm going to shut up because him and I got our 10-year contracts at the same time, and I was just kind of being a smart aleck to Greg and JJ and our local media Saturday night, and I said we all need to learn to get along because we're going to be together for a long time. I got a lot left on my contract, and I was kind of just tongue-in-cheek having fun because those guys have been busting my chops all week, and it's fair. It's all fair. I totally understand it, but heck, they fired him. He had a lot left on his contract, so I'm going to shut up and be a lot more gracious and humble to JJ and Greg. It's just terrible. How can 3 weeks ago they beat the team that were odds-on favorite to win the national championship? They were ahead of a very good Oregon team in overtime, and Oregon made some amazing plays. I get it. Losing to UCLA is tough, but, man, and then you lose to Northwestern. Woo! I just think that is slightly overreactionary to say the least. You still owe the man $50 million. It's crazy, and I'm never saying anything else about my long contract. I'm just glad I got a job today.
$50 million to not work, Coach.
I know, but I'm gonna push back. My sister-in-law, who's an attorney, and she's very sharp. She's like, you coaches guys have got a heck of a gig going. Y'all get to just get fired and have all that money and not coach anymore. I've never met one coach yet. I worked with Charlie, and he got fired, and I worked with Chad, and he got fired. They would trade every dollar to get to continue coaching and help that school win. I've never, ever met a coach, and I know no one believes me, that would just say, I'd rather get fired and go home. And I've heard a lot of people make that comment. I've even heard assistants say it. And I was very close to Chad and Charlie. And I know factually those 2 men would give every dollar back to go back and win ball games more at Arkansas and Texas.
Interesting. Wow.
And I don't disagree with that, but, man, you guys, and I guess this is why you negotiate the buyouts the way you do in your contracts, because it might not be for long and you might not get another chance. Now, your buyout isn't quite what James Franklin is getting or Jimbo Fisher, but I'm surprised that coaches try to negotiate those massive buyouts, because in some ways that does buy some job security, except in this case, Penn State's willing to pay that money.
Well, there's no doubt. I totally agree. That's why you do it. But here's the part that doesn't get talked about. It's not James Franklin I'm worried about. It's the girl making graphics that makes $38,000. It's the analyst that's working 100 hours making $32,000. It's the volunteers in the building that are just trying to get into college football. They're making nothing. It's the recruiting coordinator that's making $62,000 and she works around the clock. It's the equipment guy making $40,000 that's working 100 hours. That's the there's 100 families counting on me to be successful. There's probably 200 families at Penn State. Those are the ones that make me. Yeah, the coordinators will get paid well. That head coach will get taken care of. There's a lot of families that just got shattered right now, and that's just the part that nobody really talks about. And I saw a Texas high school football coach of mine sent me something. They're like, when high school guys lose 3 in a row, they get fired. They don't have any kind of guaranteed money. And he's right. The high school coach has it even worse. James Franklin will be okay. Those coordinators will be okay. But they would trade every dollar back to continue coaching at Penn State, I promise.
Now, Coach, don't get mad at me, but I'm sure your name's already come up for the Penn State job, has it not?
No. I got there's no Texas connections up there in Pennsylvania. I don't even know who Jeff Traylor is, I can promise you.
We got to ask.
We got to ask.
Anytime there's an opening, according to a Dan Walken article in Yahoo, every reporter's got to go ask for a loyalty pledge from the UTSA head coach. So we're just doing what Dan Walken at Yahoo says we need to do.
Who was that?
Yeah, exactly. You don't need to know. It was a hit piece, and it was stupid. So I'll give you that. It was ridiculous.
Did you really not see that? I'll send it to you.
No, I've never heard of that person. So, but it's okay. I try to stay off social media.
Yeah, well, good for you, Coach. All right, North Texas, obviously, it's going to be a tough place to play. I know they're disappointed with their loss on Friday night, but they're a good football team, aren't they, Coach?
Where they're different is Eric made a great hire on defense, man. Skylar Cassidy is a rock star, climbing very fast. Did an amazing job at Sam Houston. Didn't want to go all the way up to Philadelphia with Casey, so Eric got him here in Texas. Brought 7 starters with him from Sam Houston, so they know him well. They know the defense, and they're really good on defense. They've always been great on offense. Eric is one of the best minds in college football. He's a wonderful human. He's a good friend of mine. I've told y'all before when he was at UIW and I just started here, he helped me. He told me where all the good restaurants were, what schools to recruit. He was just a really good friend. He was a great Texas high school football player. Dad was a great Texas high school coach. He's cut from the right things, in my opinion, and I'm a big fan. And I think he crushed it with his hire. He's always going to score 40 points a game. That's just kind of who he is. And he's got a great special teams coordinator in Drew Zavoda, who was a Texas high school football coach as well. And I got nothing but respect for North Texas, and they are going to give us all we can handle Saturday at 2:30.
Coaches, you talk about Eric, and offensively, the defense has been playing well. You're right there, but the way he's able to find quarterbacks and the quarterback that he has now, you talk about a crazy find and story. What is it that their quarterback does so well?
Well, he's big. Drew's 6'4". He's 215 pounds. He's fearless. He's got a big arm. He doesn't run around like Chandler did last year. He's not that kind of guy. He's the guy that's going to stand in the pocket a lot like Owen does. Owen's more frail than Drew. Drew's massive, very NFL-looking posture. And he just has the most amazing ability to throw the ball in tight quarters I've seen in my evaluation. I know many quarterback gurus like Eric that have evaluated this guy. There's talk he might be the best quarterback in our state. That's how good Drew is. And Eric has done just an amazing job of finding another one and developing another one.
When you say in the state, that includes some guy in Austin, correct?
I'm just telling you what some guys have said that evaluated quarterbacks. That's how highly they think of Drew. He could be as good as anybody in our state.
Jeff, I got to ask you, because it seems like every week when we talk to you and you're preparing to play another school, it's like the entire coaching staff. I mean, and I know you've been around high school football for a long time and college football as well, but I mean, does it seem that way to you? You seem to know everybody.
Well, because I was a Texas high school football coach for 25 years. So all these guys used to recruit my school. And because I stayed at the same place for 15 years, I got to know them all very well. And I know the guys that are real, and I know the fake dudes that are out there. And I'm really close to the real ones. And the fake ones, I just make them appear that we're really close.
Well said. Jeff Traylor, head football coach at UTSA here on the Blitz. I don't want to violate a culture pillar, Coach, but you got the Saturday game up in Denton. I'm guessing a lot of people will travel up I-35 in the orange and blue to go to that one. But looking ahead, announced today that Tulane game, Thursday night, October 30th, blackout game for UTSA. That one's going to be on Big Boy ESPN, the main ESPN with a 6:30 kickoff. And again, not looking ahead because that would violate the culture pillars, but do you talk about that with your team at all when it's announced just to get it out of the way?
No, sir, we don't. That's just so crazy. And again, that's why I appreciate y'all. I don't have to because you all will do it. And my guys are teenagers, they're going to see it. So even though I don't talk about people holding up signs that are fire Coach Traylor or fire Justin Burke or fire Jess Lelp or bench Owen McCowan, I don't have to talk about it. For some reason, my family and friends think it's funny, and they love to send me this stuff so I can see it anyway. But I know and I've got a general manager, I've got media people that watch all that stuff. They do report back to me the things that are crazy being said, because I do have to know what my team is hearing. So I know my team is hearing we have the ESPN game next Thursday night at 6:30. I won't. All I'm going to be talking about is Drew Mestamaker and how good those dadgum running backs and receivers are and what a great job Skylar Cassidy's done with their defense and Drew Zavoda have done with their special teams. That's the only things coming out of our mouth and our focus right now. But thanks for bringing it up because my guys will hear it now.
Well, see, Coach, we appreciate the honesty because, you hear some coaches and we never listen to the radio. We never listen to social media. We don't do that stuff. And we appreciate the fact that although you're not listening to it and watching it, but it gets back to you.
Well, I have to because I got to be prepared for press conferences. You don't want to just get bushwhacked on something you didn't even think about when you walk in. So I at least want to give it some thought. I think y'all know me well enough. When I just go off the cuff, it ends pretty bad because of my East Texas wanting to speak my mind so much. And when I've had a moment to press pause and pray about it, the words come out a lot better. Even though JJ says I'm not passionate anymore, I'm checked out. Could there be a possibility that maybe I've just matured slightly, JJ? Could that even be a thought?
Wait, hold on. JJ said you've checked out? What the hell's wrong with him?
He didn't even put it out. He refused. He was so embarrassed by his question. He didn't even put it out there. So I was proud of my man. I told them, I said, they really want to know how I felt about each one of them. They could come back in my office. We could spend about 10 minutes together and we could be honest with each other. And then they could just go back to their fan base and describe how passionate of a man I still am. Yeah, my man JJ. They're all over me, man. It's a tough job up here right now.
Man,
tough.
I mean, look, I kind of like the off-the-cuff Jeff Traylor.
Well, I just got to be careful, man. I'm not 6-0 or 6-1 anymore. I'm just trying to keep friends right now, man. I got to go win some ball games and keep some friends.
Well, I think you made a lot of friends last Saturday, Coach.
Yeah,
That drubbing of rice, I think, changed some hearts at least for a week. It's a week-to-week thing, isn't it?
Oh, brother, trust me. I know the media. Oh, so Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday and Friday are so much better. But it's a crazy job. I love it. And again, greatest strength, greatest weakness. My greatest strength is I care so much for this city and the people that have done so much. It's been an amazing, amazing 6-year run. It's been an amazing 15-year run. And I was kind of a smart aleck to JJ the other night. He said, Coach, do you realize you've never lost a home conference game since you've been here in 6 years? And I being a smart aleck, and I said, well, could you say that again, JJ? And he said, he's a nice kid. But sometimes we forget the run we've been on and how hard of a build this place has been. We're not in USA anymore. This AAC is a real deal. These are real people. And it's a tremendous, tremendous accomplishment for our kids have done to stay in this hunt. And other than 2 games in our 6 years, we've been in the hunt in every one of those games. There are 2 of them you could say, did his guys show up? And I would say that's fair to ask. But the rest of them, we're going to be in a lot of one-position ball games. As long as we stay healthy and we don't turn it over, we're going to be in the hunt.
Yeah, you're going to be in the hunt Saturday up in Denton. Go beat good friend Eric Morris this week. And next week we'll talk to you and then get ready for a Thursday night game.
He's as good as they are. He's a good one. He's got a really good job and a really good team. So it'll be a heck of a battle. Thank y'all so much. God bless. Birds up.
God bless. Birds up. Jeff Traylor, head football coach of the UTSA Roadrunners, here on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond. Online at buyersbarricades.com.
Yeah, it's good to hear Jeff. A little lighter mood. You know, it's got to be tough on coaches when you lose, especially the way they lost at Temple, and then having to address the media. So it's good that he kind of gets a week to be more Jeff Traylor-like. Right?
Absolutely. Yeah. And again, off the cuff Jeff Traylor.
I like that one too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really do.
Yep. Yep.
I wonder how Brian Schottenheimer feels today. Is he off the cuff, or is he more reserved today?
It wasn't reserved. I don't know if it was off the cuff, but messages being sent from his press conference.
Interesting. We'll talk about it when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star is KTFM Floresville and streaming online at sasportstar.com.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, hims.com/joy.
Who knew caffeine could taste this good? With 5-Hour Energy Shots, caffeine just got a serious flavor upgrade. We're talking big flavor, from watermelon to strawberry, banana to sour apple, packed into a tiny 2-ounce bottle. You'll get as much caffeine as a 12-ounce premium cup of coffee with 0 sugar and 0 crash. And with 17 bold flavors to choose from, there's a shot for every mood. Find your favorite flavor in-store today or grab a variety pack online at 5hourenergy.com or on Amazon and give your caffeine a flavor upgrade.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
Morning, Zoe. Got donuts.
Jeff Bridges, why are you still living above our garage?
Well, I dig the mattress, and I want to be in a T-Mobile commercial like you. Teach me, Saldana.
Oh, no, I'm not really prepared. I couldn't possibly.
At T-Mobile, get the new iPhone 17 Pro on them. It's designed to be the most powerful iPhone yet and has the ultimate pro camera system.
Wow, impressive. Let me try. T-Mobile is the best place to get iPhone 17 Pro because they've got the best network.
Nice, Jeffrey.
You heard them. T-Mobile is the best place to get the new iPhone 17 Pro on us, with eligible trade-in in any condition.
So, what are we having for lunch?
Dude, my work here is done.
24 monthly bill credits on experience beyond for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 deposit
device connection charge. Credits ended. Balance due if you pay off earlier. Cancel. Finance agreement. iPhone 17 Pro. 256 gigs. $1,099.99 and new line minimum $100 plus a month plan with auto pay plus taxes and fees required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data 1H2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Spurs in action tonight. They're 3-0 to start the preseason. They're in Indiana to take on the Pacers. Spurs beat writer Jeff McDonald says the team's going to handle these last two preseason games as a dress rehearsal for the regular season. Tip-off in Indiana set for 6 o'clock. The new AP Top 25 is out. Texas A&M moves up to 4th. Texas Tech is 7th. Oklahoma falls 6 to 14. Texas back in at 21.
Sports Center brought to you by Synergenics. Book your appointment at fixmylowt.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Yes, it is, and it is a Monday. We're reacting to a great weekend of football, high school, college, and pro, all of the above, because that's what we had. It was fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. And hey, if you had to work today and you're getting off at 5 o'clock, congratulations.
What do you mean had to work today?
It's Columbus Day.
How do we not have Columbus Day off?
My wife had the day off. We wouldn't take it off anyway. It's a Monday after a great weekend of football. So if you are getting off work, congrats. Monday's over. If you had the day off, congrats on that. Your Monday's almost over. I'm Joe. He's Jason.
And we get two Monday night games tonight. Bears Commandskins right here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star at 6. Over on ESPN San Antonio AM 1250 and 103.3, it will be the Bills and Falcons.
Bills, in fact, that's an interesting matchup. And, boy, I don't know. I know the Bills were a little bit dinged up. And Atlanta, I don't know. They're like Jekyll and Hyde. You never know what you're going to get week to week. The Commandskins and the Bears, you had an interesting stat on that with the quarterback play. If you remembered, I didn't mean to put you on the spot, but
it doesn't take me long. A buddy of mine is a huge Washington fan. It's one of his many flaws. Fun fact for tonight's game. It will be the first time since 1997 the Bears and Commanders will both have their starting quarterbacks in consecutive meetings. You've got to go back to, I mean, this is just insane. Here's some names that you haven't thought of in forever. In 96 and 97, the starting quarterbacks in the Bears-Washington matchup was Gus Frerotte against Eric Kramer. Since then,
wow.
there have been, when they have met, there's been nobody's had back-to-back same quarterbacks, or that both teams haven't had the same quarterback. Like, Kirk Cousins started 2 years for Washington, but he went against Matt Barkley and Jay Cutler. Jay Cutler went against Jay Cutler started this game, 3 straight years. He went against Donovan McNabb, RG3, and Kirk Cousins. I mean, it's just...
That's really crazy.
I mean, do you remember Jonathan Quinn?
Vaguely, yes.
He played against Mark Brunell.
Brunell.
In this game. What about that great matchup between Tony Banks and Jim Miller? In 99, it was a matchup
Wow.
of Brad Johnson against Shane Matthews.
Well, Brad Johnson's a Super Bowl winner, is he not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. In 07, it was Jason Campbell against Sexy Rexy.
Wow. Not as Rex Ryan.
No, Rex Grossman. I mean, Rex Grossman, I guess because of injuries, in 03, he went against Tim Hasselback, and then in 07 against Jason Campbell. Go figure.
Interesting. I'll tell you what.
In 2019, the great matchup between Case Keenum and Mitch Trubisky.
Wow.
I mean, Carson Wentz, Justin Fields in 22.
Had to be a great matchup.
So, yeah, Jaden Daniels against Caleb Williams last year. Remember, and it was the Hail Mary, really, because, quite frankly, Chicago's defense thought they had that game won.
I remember that. Yes. And
former Cowboy Noah Brown with the game-winning catch. And that really turned things around for Washington last year.
You know, it really did. And that was a hell of a win. It was a hell of a throw by Jaden Daniels, if I remember correctly.
That's because the defensive guy was waving at the crowd.
Kid's got an arm on him.
He does.
That's a different football team with Jaden Daniels. I think that kid is a big star in the making, obviously. And I'm looking forward to watching that game tonight, seeing how they handle each other. And Washington, if you're a Cowboy fan, you need Chicago to win that thing, don't you?
Well, I mean, you're hoping so. I mean, that's what really adds salt to the wound about the Cowboys' loss yesterday to the Carolina Panthers. This was a week where you saw the Giants beat Philadelphia on a Thursday night, and you get a chance to gain a little bit of ground, and you didn't do it because the defense sucked. They couldn't get a stop when it mattered, and you think about Brian Schottenheimer today. He's got a chance to sleep on things, and he's, Matt Eberflus is a damn good football coach. He continues to say that. He's been there. He's been the coordinator when everybody's calling for the job. But there will be some changes. What those changes are, he didn't really say, but Schotty did say today there could be some changes.
I think I have no problem with them being like, our confidence right now is a little bit, of concern. Why? Well, we're not playing great, and so when you're not playing great, and they're all welcome to their opinions. I mean, I listen to players all the time, and do I think that us playing nothing but man-to-man is the answer? No, I don't. Us playing nothing but zone, is that the answer? No. Us fitting gaps right and us executing what the call is, but I think it goes back to, I don't think the lack of communication is lack of confidence in the call. I think it's lack of getting it out and this just changed really fast from this to that. And so those are things that we have to do in walkthroughs. Those are things we have to do in barrel drills with the linebackers and safeties. They're the biggest part of it. It's been a little bit of a lot of moving parts going around with the safeties, with Hook being out, and now Ye's doing some really good things for us. And I thought Flus's first call of the game yesterday was incredible. I mean, he fired Ye right off the edge and got a chance to tackle Rico for a TFL or a no-yard gain. And, Ye just kind of the way he comes in, he gets kind of bumped and he's a little high. And next thing you know, Rico goes for 9 yards. So I think part of it is getting these guys to practice together and communicate, because that's a big part of it too.
All right, I'm going to ask them, who the hell's Ye?
Juan Ye Thomas.
Okay, thank you. Holy cow. Dude, please. Jeez.
YouTube just got a treat with Joe trying to mentally figure out who Ye was.
Who the hell's Ye? Dude, please. I need the English version, Coach, if you don't mind. He's sounding a little frustrated, though, and you know what? I like that because, look, when push comes to shove, Matt Eberflus works for Brian Schottenheimer, period. And so Schottenheimer can say, look, dude, we've got to do something different. You've got to do something different. He doesn't have to call him out in a public press conference like this, but back in the meeting room, it's like, dude, what can we do to fix this or at least help? What we're doing right now is not working. And we got to figure it out, and you need to come up with something that we all agree on.
How many games have they played?
6.
Similar issues in every game so far, correct?
Yes.
So when Brian Schottenheimer can sit on a podium today and say our job is to find solutions, what the F have you been doing for the last 5 weeks? Because there were issues in the Philadelphia game, although they played good in that game. So maybe they're not as bad as we thought. You're playing the defending champs. Well, 6 weeks later, 5 weeks later, Philadelphia doesn't look like the same team that won the Super Bowl. Maybe they'll round into that as we get into November, December, but right now they don't look like that same team that went on the run last year that won a trophy. The Cowboys, every week we're looking at the same issues. And this offense, if they don't score damn near 40 points a game, they don't have a chance to win. You know, used to be coming in, hey, man, this offense is designed to get 30 points a game, and if you could do that and get a stop, you're going to get a win. I don't know that 30 is enough. I mean, there is more pressure on Dak Prescott and Brian Schottenheimer to call plays to get well north of 30. 30 might not get it done.
Well, it may not get it done, but then again, I mean, look, maybe Schottenheimer's been hoping that this would work, that it would click, so to speak, and it just hasn't done that. Whatever Eberflus is throwing out there, so it's time for some changes. I mean, it truly is. When your players, Trayvon Diggs, and take that for whatever it's worth, but when he's saying we have no identity, that's a problem. I don't care what you're trying to do. That is a problem, because if he's saying it out loud, everybody else is thinking it and talking about it in the meeting rooms or at their restaurant or wherever they're doing. They're having no identity. I mean, that's like the number one sin, is it not?
Well,
of any defense or offense.
I mean, honestly, what is their identity?
Exactly.
I mean, Diggs isn't lying. I appreciate the honesty. And therein lies part of the problem. When guys are honest, you go, well, what the hell did you say that for? You got problems. If they lie to us, you go, what are you smoking? Are you watching the same thing I am? The issue is, you know, Schottenheimer, and again, his personality is such, when they win, it's fine. But when you're losing, it's hard to be this, you know. I'm glad he is the same guy every day, because I do think you need that. But you're 6 weeks in saying your job is to find solutions. I've seen basically the same issues in every game. The biggest difference in yesterday's game from a defensive standpoint is Rico went nuts running the ball. Every other game, the quarterback has gone nuts because the pass defense is so bad. Yesterday, they couldn't stop the run or the pass. I mean, Russell Wilson looked like he was going to be a Hall of Famer against Dallas, and then he gets benched a couple weeks later.
Yeah, that's sad.
You know, Caleb Williams has looked like crap in just about every game except one.
Well, he looked pretty good in that Dallas game, didn't he? That's what the Bears were hoping for.
I mean, look, Eberflus finally got a great game out of Caleb Williams.
Yeah, he's been. Look,
that's bad.
Again, I'm glad that Schottenheimer's saying something and there's going to be changes made. But, I mean, at some point in time, you have to insist that these changes are made. And I'm just not sure that Schottenheimer, at least now anyway, is doing that. I'm still on the fence on whether Eberflus was a Schottenheimer want or that was a Jerry want.
You know, and I don't know the answer to that question. We do know, because Schottenheimer has talked about it, and others have talked about just how thorough he was in the hiring process. But I don't recall him saying things like that about Eberflus. He interviewed him. He likes him. They didn't have a previous relationship, and we know Jerry and Steven like to go with familiar. That's what they do. So I don't know if Eberflus was Schottenheimer's hire or more of a directive from ownership. And quite frankly, it doesn't matter, because we know how Jerry runs things. Right, wrong, indifferent. But at this point, when I listen to what Stephen Jones had to say this morning on 105.3 The Fan versus what we heard from Schottenheimer with his press conference that happened in the 3 o'clock hour around 3:30, it seemed like there was a change. Whether it's lack of communication between the front office types or Stephen went on the radio and then they had a meeting, and then Schottenheimer had a press conference and talked about some of the differences that we'll see.
Well, we'll see it. We won't know until we see it out on the field. But they got a tough one to change it on, and that's the Washington Commanders next week. Now, just AI, and I don't know if this was Jerry told Schotty to do this or not. It says Brian Schottenheimer hired Matt Eberflus shortly after he was named as the head coach. Now, whether he hired him and made that decision or it was a Jerry decision, I don't know. It doesn't say. But that's what the AI says.
Typically, coaches put their staffs together.
Sure.
And, again, here's the candidates for you to interview. Oh, there's only one name on the list.
Could be.
I mean, it could have been that way.
It could have been.
Right? I mean,
could have been.
I mean, Schottenheimer, you've got the offense. Cool. The defense belongs to Eberflus.
But everybody was happy about that hire at the beginning. Now, not so much. As we continue here, Cowboys now 2-3-1 on the season. You know, we've depressed everybody, Minix. Why don't we cheer somebody up right now? Because it is a Mellow Monday. We got a $50 gift card to Mellow Mushroom, which will cheer anybody up, for goodness sake. Let's give that away.
A $50 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Texas is now ranked 21. A&M's ranked 4th. Let's go caller 4. 210-656-ESPN. Birds Up Pledge. 656-3776. Caller 4. You win yourself a $50 gift card to Mellow Mushroom.
It's 5:19 and OU still sucks. We'll tell you how bad they suck when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. If you get arrested, you want to get out of jail fast, you know the best way to do that is to call my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They are discreet and confidential and open 24/7 with offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. So if you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between, license number 149, call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online, mybestbailbonds.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and AARP Texas are sending Cowboy fans to Jerry World to see America's team play all season long. How do you get in on the action? Head to sasportstar.com now and register to win. sasportstar.com. Live it up with the boys in the Big D from AARP Texas and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
You know the Roo Pub has proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
You hear that? That's the sound of your business losing money. Legacy phone systems weren't built for today's teams. Quo, formerly OpenPhone, gives your business a smarter way to stay connected. Quo lets you manage calls, texts, voicemail, and contacts all in one place so that you can deliver a seamless customer experience from ring to... Need to take calls on the go? Quo automatically transcribes, summarizes, and highlights next steps from every call, so you never miss a detail. Need insight into what closes a sale? With Quo's AI call tags, you can instantly spot key topics like objections or pricing questions and use those insights to level up every customer interaction. And yes, you can bring your existing number with you for free. Keep your team in sync and your customers happy with Quo. Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's quo.com/sports. QUO.com/sports.
It's a little quiet on the border these days. Illegal border crossings at an all-time low because Donald Trump and Senator John Cornyn have been fighting side by side to seal the border. Cornyn has led the charge in the Senate, funding more agents, more technology, and more miles of secure border wall, beating back Biden's border failures, taking the fight directly to the cartels. Cornyn stands with President Trump, voting with him 99% of the time, supporting Trump's nominees, confirming conservative judges who defend our Constitution, and together, Trump and Cornyn put America first. They've worked to keep our families safe and our border defended. Yep, it's quieter on the border now because real leadership gets results. Call and thank Senator John Cornyn, 713-572-3337, and tell him to keep delivering Trump's agenda. Paid for by Lone Star Freedom Project, LoneStarFreedomProject.com.
It's Cybersecurity Awareness Month. LifeLock is here with tips to help protect your identity. Use strong passwords, set up multi-factor authentication, report scams, and update your software. And for comprehensive identity protection, LifeLock is your best choice. LifeLock alerts you to suspicious uses of your personal information and fixes identity theft, guaranteed, or your money back. Start your protection today with a 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com. Use promo code NEWS. Terms apply.
Hi. My name's Jason Thompson. I've been representing people injured in traffic collisions here in San Antonio for more than 30 years. After a collision, I've spoken to many people who wanted to believe that the other driver's insurance company would be fair and they really didn't need an attorney. They thought that the insurance company would pay their medical bills and do the right thing. I wish that were true, but trying to go it alone is a big, big mistake. If you have been injured, please know the other driver's insurance company has adjusters and attorneys working against your interest. If insurance companies were trying to get to heaven, I'd be out of a job, gladly. That is just not the world we live in, though. Call me as soon as you can if you are injured in a traffic collision. I do not charge anything to review your case with you. I'll tell you what you need to do and what you should not do. If you want a smart and fair result, you'll need to make smart decisions along the way. And that is what I do. You and I will make smart decisions for you and your family, and we'll get justice and fair results. My number, 210-900-0400. That's 900-0400. Or go to my website, alawyerforus.com.
Dallas Cowboys head coach Brian Schottenheimer goes one-on-one and has some fun with the Morning Huddles, AJ and Rob, Friday mornings.
All right, here's the part of the interview where we've got to be jerks and ask you about the defense.
Yep. Can we get that out of the way early next week? After we talk about Travis Kelce's
we talk about the important stuff first. We like to lube you up and put you in a good mood.
Brian Schottenheimer's unfiltered look at the Cowboys' upcoming game. Friday mornings, presented by AA Best Bail Bonds on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. Listen to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star on your Amazon or Google smart speaker and just say, Alexa, play 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, Jason, sometimes, man, you see an injury like we saw in the Bucs-San Francisco game yesterday, and then you just read it again. There's a tweet just came out. Fred Warner is confirmed to have a fractured and dislocated ankle.
Mm-hmm.
That just kind of make your skin crawl a little. It does mine. He's going to have surgery tomorrow. Obviously, he's out for the season. But, gee, some of these injuries, man. I don't know how doctors do it. There's a reason I never became a doctor.
One of many. I mean.
Yes. I don't like the sight of blood or dislocated ankles.
Or
fractured bones.
But other than that, you should have been a doctor?
I should have been a doctor other than that.
I mean, then you got to figure out the actual going to school part, going to class.
That would have been a problem.
Passing a test.
Yeah, all of that would have been a big problem for me.
Passing multiple tests.
Well, having to go to school for a bazillion years like these guys have to do. And, when we talk to the guys at TSAOG on Tuesdays, they come up with things that, how do you remember that stuff? It's crazy.
What's the line on tonight's game?
Which one?
Pick one.
The Bills are -3.5 at Atlanta.
Okay. What about the other game?
The Washington Commandskins are -5.5.
Now, how do you remember that stuff? I mean, you know, what's important to you, you know how to remember. Just like the doctors can remember all that kind of stuff. You know,
who is this guy?
I mean, I can ask you now. Next week, what's the most surprising line? Because I know you've already checked out the look-ahead lines.
Because I told you about it. The Cleveland Browns are actually favored in a game against the Miami Dolphins.
That's funny.
That's hilarious.
That's funny.
Well, that just tells you how bad the Dolphins are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're 2.5-point favorite right now over the Dolphins.
Crazy.
That is nuts.
Crazy.
That is nuts. Texas was a 2.5-point favorite over OU, and I was very surprised at that, to be totally honest with you, because it's kind of like, what is and I know it surprised the hell out of Pledge because he lost that game. But I was shocked, honestly. But they came through.
Texas looked really good in the second half. They looked good the entire game, but offensively, things really seemed to come together for them in the second half. All three phases, the punt return. I mean, the defense, which, again, you go back a week, the Florida game, Arch was not good.
No.
But it wasn't all on Arch. That defense was awful against Florida. The offensive line sucked. They couldn't run the ball. That offensive line's been disappointing all season long.
Yeah, it has.
And granted, 4 new starters, but as well paid as those guys are, you expected more. They didn't go to the portal for the offensive line because they thought, man, we've got all the right guys. Look at Oregon, they got 3 offensive linemen in the portal. That was a great lineup until we saw what happened to them Saturday against Indiana, which is the week-to-week world that we live in when we're talking about college football. But I think Sark might have said it best leading up to the game. That Florida loss allowed them not to have any distractions about a big rivalry game, the state fair, corn dogs, and everything else that go along with playing the Red River rivalry, which I saw this on social media. The reason, Joe, they can't call it a Red River shootout anymore is, well, Oklahoma can't score. And you can't have a shootout if you got one team that can't score. That's the reason they changed it, not to be politically correct.
Well, I guess that makes as much sense as anybody or as anything.
Sure.
Yeah.
But really, Texas, at least for the week, saved their season as far as their goals of getting in to the playoffs.
I think that we learned how to fight today. And I think that, you know, we don't have to wait till the 12th round to try to knock somebody out to win a game. We can win rounds, and we can continue to fight for 4 quarters. And like I said, I think we saw the true character of the men in that locker room today, their connectivity, their love for one another. You heard these 2 guys just say it, staying connected, continuing to grind with one another, because it's easy to succumb to the outside noise. And there was a lot of getting talked about our team and about these guys.
Yep.
And I think they responded.
Well, they did. They responded. And again, you mentioned it before that soundbite. This was a game, if they lose it, you kiss the playoffs goodbye, because they've got some tough games still ahead of them, including a trip to Georgia that they have to, and A&M coming to Austin. I mean, those games are going to be tough, and Kentucky this week. So, I mean, it's that was a huge game and a huge win for the University of Texas.
They've got 2 games that could get them out of the playoffs, although depending on everything else that happens, you know, the fact that an Oregon lost, when Indiana stubs their toe, when, you know, the different things that can happen. And again, you look at, I mean, Penn State went from national championship potential to firing their coach in 3 weeks. Now, Franklin didn't get fired because of the Oregon game. UCLA game, he might have deserved to get fired.
Yes.
But he's out. You know, I had Penn State and Texas in the national championship game.
Well, Penn State's out of the playoffs. They're done. They've lost 3 in a row, so they're done. Whoever's going to take over that program on an interim basis is just going to try and right the ship and get things going. They've got a lot of talent on that team, obviously, and they just didn't pan out. So But my goodness, they lost in Northwestern. That game was at home.
Yeah.
That was at Penn State. So
Northwestern. Somewhere Greeny is smiling, but outside of that,
nobody
Emily
else.
Balcom, who is working over at the Alamo now, I don't know many Northwestern types.
I don't know either, but you got to be pretty damn smart to get in there, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of those schools that, they don't let yahoos like us in there.
It's in Chicago. It'd be too cold in the winter for me.
Well, it would be, and that's a problem.
But don't feel bad for James Franklin, $50 million to walk away. Talking to Jeff Traylor earlier, and he talked about most of these guys would trade every penny. And there's probably some truth to that. You don't get into coaching for the money, although the career path wouldn't be bad. Get into coaching, you'd be really good, make it to the top, get fired, and get a whole lot of money. But did you just see this? Your Tennessee Titans fired Brian Callahan today.
Yes, they did. It's about time. It was a bad hire to begin with.
Yeah, but Callahan will make $708,000 a month until 2029.
Well, good for him. But I like it when now for colleges now it's a little more difficult to have these big payouts. But for the pros, this is nothing. And you want to get it right. You got a young quarterback. You need to get somebody in there that can and hopefully the Titans aren't cheap. And they're going to go out and they're going to hire somebody that can work with quarterbacks and turn Cam Ward into an NFL quarterback and one that becomes a star.
I mean, you would hope. But, I mean, could you imagine you're making $972 an hour not to work?
I would it's a dream, Minix. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what Eberflus's contract is with the Dallas Cowboys. I'm seeing what Callahan's buyout is, and I kind of wanted him fired too. I kind of changed my mind on this. I don't want you fired, Brian Callahan. I don't want you fired, Eberflus. If I've got to watch this crap, so do you. I mean, why get rewarded to not have to watch and be a part of this, right? Like, everybody wants to fire Flus. I can understand why Jerry doesn't want to pay a buyout and have a coach get money that he's not earning. Because if I've got to sit here and watch this mess, so do you. And then get up to the podium and answer these questions because we know you hate that like a root canal.
Well, that's going to happen. That happens on Thursdays, doesn't it? Okay, so Eberflus will be up there. He doesn't deserve Flus, all right, anymore. It's Eberflus and it's Matt. Flus. It's kind of like yay. I need a dictionary for Schottenheimer. Yay, Flus.
Nobody says yay, Flus.
Joey. I don't know what the hell. It's ridiculous, man. He needs to send out instructions, for goodness sake.
It's common sense.
It's not.
It is.
Yay.
Yay.
I thought
his name is Wanye Thomas.
Thought he was cheering.
My guess is Schottenheimer has trouble saying Wanye Thomas.
Well, I'm sure he does.
Wanye. No, you're just yay.
I'm listening to that sound. It's the first time I've heard it. Yay.
Yay.
So, yay. Yay for yay. Now, there's an idea. Cliff Kingsbury, Claymore on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. Titans need to go steal Cliff Kingsbury. That's what they need to do.
Yeah.
I'm all for that.
Yeah.
Cliff would go over beautifully in Nashville.
That could be a problem.
Yeah, well, it might be.
Could be fun.
Could be fun.
For Cliff.
You're just hoping to get invited to the house like the old Texas Tech days.
Yeah, absolutely. That would be a blast. A lot going on around the NFL, including a couple of Monday Night Football games tonight. We're talking about it when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Injuries do happen, and when they do, you can skip the ER and get straight to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, strains, conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday. They have on-site x-ray casting and bracing. In fact, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, but best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Injured? Get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic. Learn more online at tsaog.com. That's tsaog.com.
Dallas Cowboys fans, come on down!
It's AJ and Rob from the Morning Huddle, and you could be the next contestant on
The Stat Is Right.
Every week leading up to the week of the Cowboys home game, AJ and Rob toss out a Cowboys player and a stat from the upcoming home game. Passing yards, rushing yards, number of times Dak adjusts his wristband mid-play, or perhaps CeeDee Lamb mouthguard chews per quarter. Whatever. All you have to do is predict that stat, get the closest, and bam! You're headed to Jerry World with a pair of tickets to the next Cowboys home game. Think of it like The Price is Right, but instead of winning a blender, you get to scream, "How about them Cowboys?" inside AT&T Stadium. So study up, Cowboy Nation, and listen to the Morning Huddle to play. The Stat is Right. Only on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Awesome Tickets is your personal ticket broker. Big games, big concerts, big events. Need tickets? Stay local and call Awesome Tickets. Stop paying all those crazy fees on ticket apps. Awesome Tickets has your tickets for all the sports, concerts, any city, any event. Avoid the ticket app fees. Since 1994, Awesome Tickets is local and veteran-owned. You deserve Awesome Tickets. Call 210-226-5136 or online at awesometix.com. That's awesometix.com.
For a limited time, get a free K5 reverse osmosis drinking water system when you purchase a Connecticut water softener. Clean, great tasting water at your kitchen sink. Hurry before they're gone.
Call 656-PURE Connecticut.
Hi, everybody. It's Joe Reinagle. You know, summer is behind us, so now is the time to get your roof inspected and be ready for whatever winter has in store for us. Call Stevens Roofing and Solar at 210-785-0994. They're a local, family-owned company. You know, the folks at Stevens Roofing deal with the same weather we do. Your roof protects your home. It protects your family. For comfort, confidence, and peace of mind, get your roof buttoned up for winter. Call Stevens Roofing and Solar, 210-785-0994, or go to stevensroofing.net.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
NFL football coming up for you right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. We've got the Bears taking on the Commanders. They'll kick about 7:15, but the pregame show begins right after the Blitz. Buffalo, Atlanta is on AM 1250.
And 103.3 FM.
And yes, that too, yes. So NFL football for you tonight. 2 Monday night. This is a trend. Look at the schedule next week. 2 more Monday Night Football games.
You know, I don't know how much of a fan I am of the multiple Monday night games. Now, I do have 2 TVs in the living room, which helps, but you also have, like, baseball playoffs. I want to check out the Spurs. Multi-view is a wonderful thing in situations like this, but Monday night games, to me, should be standalone, kind of like Thursday night, with sound. There you are. Or you get to a place like the Roo Pub where you've got multiple TVs and food and beer.
Yeah, that's the Roo Pub's always a good choice, regardless of how many games are on. Doesn't make any difference. You're gonna have to show me though, because did you tell me we could do multi-view on the Magic Box?
You can't.
I can't.
You can't.
Well, why can you?
Some things are off-air conversations.
Oh, they are?
There's the new box that's out.
Oh.
You get the upgraded version.
Well, I didn't get the upgraded version.
I know.
What the hell? All right. Well, guess I'm going to have to look into the upgraded version.
Yes.
Okay. Well, we're amongst friends, Minix.
Mm-hmm.
We can discuss this. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a problem.
Can you get a splitter?
No.
A splitter.
Well, I mean, if you had 2 TVs, but no, that's not.
Well,
what
now
we're
I
talking about.
can get multi-view tonight, and I guess I can do that if I just watch on YouTube TV.
Yeah, but why would you do that?
Well, I don't know.
I can't believe you're still paying for YouTube.
I'm going to have to now because I can't get it on the box.
Did you text the guy?
Very disappointing. No.
When I told you about it?
No.
Why not?
Did you?
Well, yeah.
Did he got to come to the house?
Huh?
Does he come to the house?
He'll meet you in a random parking lot. Or he'll come to the house.
Behind a building somewhere. My wife is still, she looks out the window sometimes. Is the FBI going to show up?
Dude in a trench coat
I
in a
know,
dark
right?
lit alley.
Holy cow.
Mariners now up 6-3 on the Blue Jays.
Oh. Now they're going to take a 2-0 lead, right? Back to Seattle.
I mean, if they hang on and win this one, yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, if they do, it should be interesting. Lots happened yesterday in the NFL. It was crazy, Jason. I mean, honestly, I thought the Packers struggled with the Bengals yesterday. They had to score 17 points in the fourth quarter to pull away from Cincinnati.
It's a great observation there, Ron Engel. They did. You know, it's interesting because Green Bay, they still look like a team that could make a run, or you feel like they're going to be a team that makes a run, but they're not playing as crisp and fluid as you would expect them to be playing. And quite honestly, when you look at the NFC right now, I mean, you could question how good really is Detroit, how good really is Green Bay, how good is Philadelphia when you think about those teams leading the division. The one team that looks to be the best, most consistent team in the NFC is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
That is true.
Right?
Yeah.
And you look at what Baker Mayfield is doing with the injuries that are all over that team. It is kind of crazy. I think Seattle is probably a better team than most people think. San Francisco still leads the NFC West, but their injuries are going to catch up to them.
Probably so, but I have to hand it to you. Baker Mayfield's playing as well as he's ever played. I don't know if he's ever played as well as he's playing now. He's got a confidence that is incredible, and that team believes in him.
In the NFL, yes. But forgive me here, what you're seeing from Baker Mayfield is what you saw when he was at Lake Travis in high school. This just crazy ability to make plays. 3rd and 14, don't worry, I'll run some dude over. 5 foot nothing, here we go. And he's getting it done. Even in college, I don't know that Baker at times played like he's playing now. What you're seeing from Baker, not only saw him play in high school 3 times, but it's those kind of plays. When a play needs to be made, Baker Mayfield's going to go make the play. It's crazy.
Well, it's crazy, and he's doing that with Tampa Bay right now. And the guy's just, I will say this for Baker Mayfield. This dude just puts it all out there. When this team needs a first down, he sacrifices his body. He does what it takes to get it done. And I think he's got that team believing in him. They're buying into Baker Mayfield, and they love the guy.
It's interesting because he's comfortable and he's at home, and that comment he made the other day, he's the same dude. When he was struggling early, he was cocky and this, that. Now he's got moxie.
Yeah, that's
it's because you're winner. You're winning. It's
right.
Same dude.
Yeah.
But when you're winning, you can do that kind of stuff, and he's doing that. As we see Jaden Daniels warming up on the TV right now with a basketball of all things. You look, and I'm going to throw up in my mouth as I say this, depending on what happens tonight with Jaden Daniels back, because Washington is a different team. They legit, in Tampa Bay, might be the 2 best teams in the NFC, the most consistent teams, more so than Green Bay, more so than Detroit, which coming in, I don't know that I would have said that. The Rams, I'm not sure what to think of the Rams. They're still really good, but now they've got some injuries they're going to have to work through. No Puka, that's a different team.
Well, it's a huge thing. And look, they struggled yesterday with Baltimore. They finally pulled away at the end.
And Baltimore sucks.
They do. And so, that's a problem. So I don't know. I was sold on the Rams, but not sure I am anymore. But keep in mind, we're in week 6. There's still a lot of football left to be played. Somebody will emerge in both conferences that will be that. We're waiting for Buffalo to do that. Is it Kansas City now? They get Rashee Rice back. I think it's next game.
Yeah.
So they're going to have a full stable of wide receivers now. And the way Patrick Mahomes looked yesterday, my gosh, that dude played ball yesterday.
The Chiefs are going to be in the mix. They just are. They're getting better. Baltimore, I'm not sure. And I just looked at, because Detroit's 4-2. They lost to Green Bay in the opener and looked like dog mess doing it.
They did.
And that probably changed all of our opinions on Green Bay. And then they lost last night to Kansas City. You think about the 4 teams that they beat. Chicago, Baltimore barely, 38-30.
Yeah.
They beat Cleveland, and they beat Cincinnati. They gave up 24 points to Cincinnati. So when you question how good is Detroit, I think it's fair because look at who they've beaten, and then the 2 good teams they've played, they've lost. And they damn near lost to Baltimore. Now, granted, I think Baltimore with Cooper Rush is, Jerry, happy birthday, Jerry. You get credit for saying, I'm not going to pay Cooper Rush because that dude has just looked awful with Baltimore.
Yes.
With the Cowboys, he at least looked like a game-ready backup quarterback, which might be a credit to Brian Schottenheimer and Mike McCarthy because he does not look game-ready in Baltimore, although at least yesterday they ran Derrick Henry a lot, which if you have Derrick and Henry in fantasy, you're happy with 122 yards, but because the games where they give it to him 10 times for nothing, it's like you got Derrick Henry and Cooper Rush. Give the ball to Derrick Henry, and they weren't doing it.
Yeah, I don't know why they weren't doing it, but especially with Cooper Rush there, you've got to run him. But again, if you're the defense playing those guys, you're going to know that. You're going to try and stack the box and make Cooper Rush beat you. Problem is, what does he have though, other than Derrick Henry? I'm not sure right now, as banged up as Baltimore is, what they have. And that defense was trash when they had everybody.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but I would assume Lamar Jackson is due back either this week or next.
Well, they got to bye this week. So,
okay.
So that will help them.
When they come back, I'm sure he will. I would assume he'll be back. that'll help them. Can they crawl out of the hole that they're in, though? That's the problem. They're 1-5.
1-5, but again, you look at where they are. Pittsburgh at 4-1, Cincinnati's 2-4, Baltimore and Cleveland are 1-5. The AFC North. I mean, Pittsburgh with your guy Aaron Rodgers, they're playing good football, they're winning games, and they're pulling away in that division. Now, can Baltimore get on a streak? And, you know, if Aaron Rodgers does what you are hoping Aaron Rodgers does and completely poops the bed in those yellow pants, then maybe Baltimore's got a chance to come back and win that division. But the way the AFC is, that's the only way. I don't see Baltimore being able to fight back for a wild card.
I don't think Baltimore's going there. I think it's too big of a hole. They could go on a run, perhaps, but that'd be a hell of a run to go on. Pittsburgh right now is obviously in the catbird seat. So what they're doing, Aaron's playing okay.
Well, see, I mean, you look at
he's a bum.
the AFC West with the Chargers and Broncos at 4-2 and Kansas City's at 3-3. I could see a scenario where all three of those figure out how to get into the postseason.
Could be.
You look at the AFC South. You know, the Colts, the way they're playing. Jacksonville is playing good football. Will they continue? Houston can coming off the bye, are they in too deep of a hole at this point to turn things around? And then you got Buffalo and New England, and my goodness, the way New England is playing right now, Buffalo can't afford to stub their toe in a game like they've got tonight against Atlanta.
Well, I tell you what, I like that New England team, man. And I like Drake May. I like what he's doing, and that's a team you got to watch out for. Maybe they don't win that division, but I think they're going to be a playoff team, and we'll see what they do. I think the future's bright for the New England Patriots, and they get to go into Tennessee this week.
Oh, Vrabel coming home,
Mike Vrabel going home.
His replacement's already out.
Already been fired, and Mike Vrabel's going home. Should be very interesting. I tell you what, no extra innings with Pledge tonight. Sorry about that. We got NFL football.
He's taking Columbus Day.
He's going to do that Indigenous Peoples Day. That's what he's doing. But be sure and tune in tomorrow morning for the Morning Huddle. AJ and Rob, they'll get you started at 6 o'clock. We've got quite the show tomorrow. Jay Paterno's going to join us.
Yep.
And he's with the Penn State Board of Trustees. Give us an update on why they fired James Franklin, even though I think we already know that.
We already know. We're just making sure Jeff Traylor's not on the radar.
Yeah, exactly right. Indy Kalu at 3:30, and then, of course, Shireen Williams will join us, as she always does, at 5:15. Enjoy the football night, everybody. Hope you have a great one. Hope you win.
When you think San Antonio sports, think 94.1